Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. We are here to play some Blades in the Dark, and we're super excited to have you here with us. We didn't have any crazy bits at the beginning of our session to completely derail the first 15 minutes, so we're just going to
I
get
can keep
started.
talking about horses if you want.
No, we're.
Do you want one now?
No, we're moving on from that. Y'all
Pandas
missed your
aren't
chance.
even Vietnamese.
Oh my god.
You still
something
have
Pink Pony Club. I don't know.
I got so much shit for that, RJ, for that specifically. I got so much shit on our Monday game for that. Like, it has carried over.
Yeah, we kept telling Stream that Val was a racist.
There was something about was it? I don't. What did Sita ended up saying something about penguins? I don't even know, but it involved dickhead at the end, so it was great.
Yeah,
it was good. It was really good.
Penguins aren't even from Antarctica, you dickhead.
It's
something along those lines.
It's only been 1 week since that happened, and we've already turned it into like just straight up copy pasta.
Yeah.
So I'll be happy to know that will haunt me for the rest of my days now.
Good job, RJ.
I mean, it's correct. Pandas are not Vietnamese.
Speaking of haunting, though, we're going to get started here with our game in a minute. But first, talk about what we got going on the channel. Right now, we've only got 2 streams going on. This one on Saturdays. If you're watching, you're here. Welcome. Congratulations, you found us. On Mondays, Red Jenny, we're playing the Dragon Age TTRPG. Monday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And we are getting very close to wrapping that bad boy up. So I think probably sometime in the next couple of sessions we'll announce what we're going to do next. We're still kind of working on some details and stuff there, but I like to keep y'all guessing. So that's basically it right now. Let's go ahead and do our introductions. Going to go and let my players here talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight. Starting as always with Van.
That's me. I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, wherever you find people on the internets. But mostly, I am just hanging out in the Discord and streaming on Twitch a couple of times a week. I'm here Mondays and Saturdays, and then Sunday nights on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly. Sorry, my microphone's doing something weird, so I'm talking and pressing buttons at the same time, which is always a good idea. Today, it's like 2 p.m. Today, I'm playing Glass, who is the Whisper.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid, but instead, you should look up how much water you should be drinking a day for your body type instead. I think that's my new bit. You could try and find me on my defunct social media accounts, but instead I'm going to come up with something better you could be doing with your time. There we go. So today, figure out how much water you need to drink a day. I'm here on Mondays and Saturdays, and this afternoon I am playing Salome, who is, good job, thank you. I'm almost done today. Look at that. I drank all this today. I'm real proud of myself. I'm playing Salome, who's the group spider.
It's so funny that you mention water and suddenly everyone's like, all the
I've got it. It's here.
on the call are like, water, I forgot that exists.
That's a thing.
It's like when someone starts talking about like their nose itching and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh god.
How dare you bring that
psychosomatic curse. Water needs.
Yeah, it's like when like someone starts to like yawn a little bit.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
Oh, it's contagious.
It is contagious. I can feel it in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
So it's right though. You should Google it because you can drink too much water, and it is bad for you to do that.
You need to figure out what I'm body type, like size, metabolism, all that stuff is important. God damn it, RJ!
The dose makes the poison, babies.
Hello, everybody. I'm RJ, perpetually rotting in my fetid part of the internet at rjustice282. Today, I'm playing Fume. He's the Hull. Yeah. Here we go. Thanks.
I don't know if I'm gonna get 12 ounces. Not 12 ounces, 12 cups.
I was gonna say 12 ounces is all you
per
need.
Day? I thought 8 was a lot.
That
Hi, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keeter. You can find me at DanaeKeeter.com, drinking copious amounts of tea to make up for the fact that I do not drink enough water.
tea is just fancy water.
It really is. It's just hot tea juice.
It's just the original
Exactly.
flavored water.
What
hot
you guys
leaf
don't know
juice.
is that every drink is actually water.
To some degree, yeah, with other stuff in it, and that
Milk?
other stuff,
Cow water.
cow water. That's right.
Tea, that's just
tea-
leaf juice. That's just leaf water.
Tea is sometimes
Coffee,
flower
bean
water,
water.
and that's kind of
Yeah.
fun. Bean
Oh,
water.
yeah.
Cow
flower
water
water.
just I had such a visceral reaction to that.
The cow water.
The cow
Yeah.
What is? But so this doesn't have sugar. So what is this water?
23 flavor water.
Dr. Water.
Dr.
Yeah.
Water.
Dr. Water.
Dr.
Done.
Water. Okay, this one doesn't have sugar either, but what's this one?
Mountain water.
Anti-water.
It's
That's,
literally
um,
Mountain Dew.
That's
You know, it
anxiety
does
attack
say-
water.
Exactly what it's. It's exactly what it says on the tin.
I love
Lamp
watching
light.
them
one's-
harvest the dew from the mountains in
This
their
is
cans.
fruit water. This is just
Fruit water.
What about this?
That's a dead this.
This
I know
dew
that
is
joke.
harvested in the mountains, but it's outside of a Taco Bell. Today I'm playing as.
Oh, is that the Baja? Is that Zero Baja?
Oh yeah.
How'd you get Zero Baja? I can't
It
find
was
it.
on
Baja?
sale. It's in my stores.
I want it.
Get on my level. It
Oh,
was
you
on
were
sale.
also
I
the
got,
one
like,
that
3
had-
packs of it.
I forgot you were the one that I think also sent us the snap of the sugar-free, caffeine-free Mountain Dew.
That's exactly when I got it.
And I was like,
That is
man,
precisely when I got
what
it.
is this?
That one's disappointment water. Today,
Yes.
They make
playing
that in the
accurate.
dimension of regret.
I like how I keep on trying to put a button on it and then say who
But
I
you've got
am.
so many good buttons. We just want to keep going. You know.
Remember that thing about not having a 20-minute bit?
Yeah.
Collecting buttons.
That the problem, Val, is that you keep acknowledging it at the top. If you would just start
Well,
and not say
here's-
we're not doing a bit, we probably wouldn't do a bit.
Here's my secret. As much as I complain about the bits, it does save me time having to actually run a game.
Sorry, I do have to pull some attention to the chat where G has said, "Oh, you found Mountain Don't."
Oh, that's so much funnier than anything.
That's
I was like,
great.
You're way funnier
Good
than us.
job, G.
Did I save that picture? I could get so many kudos on Reddit.
Oh, you found
Mountain
Mountain Don't.
don't.
Mountain don't.
That's awesome.
Well done, G.
My Little Pony, Fast and Furious AU. He's a quarter horse. Today I'm playing as. Today I'm playing as our hound. Her name is Grackle. She used to be a hound, but now she's a ghost. DanaeKeeter.com.
Are you glad that that's the button that we let you have?
The perfect button was doing what we always do, which is mentioning something we were talking about before we
Before
started the stream.
By I think I have outdone myself in this joke, and we won't find out about it till later.
Oh no.
Is this your yearly
That's a
pun?
threat.
That was a threat.
It's like,
Market chat, market chat, market.
Don't-
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I want you to mark it.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Derogatory.
Don't throw me with a good time. Serious. Like, seriously.
Serious.
Don't threaten me.
Don't
Well-
threaten me with a good time, threateningly.
Well, that's me, everyone. Hi, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown. Mostly just here on GGK. And today I'm running this game. Are you all ready to get started?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yee.
All right. We'll go ahead and start with a recap then. Previously on Hearts of Stone, my notepad, my Notion closed. it just went away.
No.
It started talking. I hate you. Okay.
It said improv it. It
Yeah.
said yes and.
Your obedient servants ventured into the Deathlands with Taddy Boggle and company to journey to the Lost District to make contact with an entity known as the Voice. Your crew was waylaid by a rogue spirit while crossing the river. which led to some harrowing encounters, some ghost on ghost violence, and Fume rocketing into the sky and smacking his head on a boat. You were able to successfully make your way to this district, this abandoned part of Dustfall that was cut off due to the new construction of the lightning barrier around the city. That has fallen into the domain of spirits and otherworldly entities, which now haunt its streets. Arriving in the Lost District and scoping your way through town, Grackle was the first to encounter a hollow possessed by the voice. And parlayed with it successfully, giving you the opportunity to negotiate with this spirit. You traveled to this creature's lair and were confronted with the vampires that it had under its control, which spoke in unison as you negotiated a very harrowing deal with this entity, ultimately being successful, avoiding any sort of violence with this creature. You were able to convince this voice to provide you with information using its network of hollows within Duskfall, in exchange for feeding its need for vengeance and retribution against the Baron. Salome making a pact with the voice that you would kill the Baron at the end of all things in exchange for this assistance. Thus leading us to conclude and you all being successful in your job. We kind of ended last time at the very end of that negotiation with the success and really the conclusion of the job. I will cut us back to Duskfall, traveling back through the wastes, and we'll go ahead and do our wrap up for the job, unless there's anything anybody wants to do before leaving, before ending this score.
Does anyone feel comfortable enough asking the voice why all of the I mean, I probably know the answer, but why all the hollows are just trained out looking at the city? Are they being velociraptors right now, just waiting to test like the walls and stuff? That was my curiosity.
Didn't know where you were going when we got to the word velociraptors.
Yeah.
I never know where I'm going, to be perfectly honest, until I maybe
But it
get
made
there.
sense.
You
It
have
makes
the
sense.
directional insanity this time. God.
I do. I have the directional insanity all the time. Have you ever driven in a car with me? Anyway, I mean, like, I feel like I know the answer, but it would be like interesting to have it confirmed. But I also like
Quick
don't need to go
question.
there. We're not supposed to insult them. I do remember that. Everyone needs
we
to
could
be
ask.
cordial.
Yeah, I can do it in the Fume way.
Okay.
So, quick question about all of the looks out of the window at the numerous people standing and gawking at Duskfall.
Yeah. For context and setting the scene again, since it's been a week, is that y'all are in this very gothic like interior of a ruined manor house and estate, sitting at a table with 8 almost skeletal corpses, desiccated bodies, these spirits that have been, or these bodies that have been possessed by the voice, all as one, that have essentially ascended due to the length of their possession into a form of kind of vampiric entity, and then out through these broken and ruined windows, through the mists that cover the city, or this district of the city, you can see the shapes of dozens and dozens, bordering on hundreds of these hollows of varying degrees of decay and rot, standing perfectly still, staring towards the lightning barrier in the distance.
Are those just proxies, or what purpose are they for?
the eight the eight forms turn their attention towards you in unison and speak. They are us. We are one. They are the eyes, so that we may know and see and observe.
I don't know if this is offensive to ask or not. It probably is then. Could you possibly possess a hull?
There's a pause, and you can see like a look of confusion and then kind of like understanding what you're asking. Says as all eight of them shake their heads and say, no, the machines, the abominations are traps for the spirit. They sever our connection.
And to our knowledge, has this entity, the voice, been given to us as a demonic style entity, an eldritch horror style entity, or do we just not
That's
know?
a good question. I don't think y'all have really examined that yet. Now that you've experienced this thing and you're in the place of it, I would allow, now that because the most research you've done has been like third, like word of mouth, like you've been reading accounts of people like theorizing on things, but no like firsthand accounts from anyone that has encountered this entity. So I would allow you to make a roll to see if you can parse out, kind of understand what this is.
Would that be my study?
Yeah, I think study. Yeah, study a person, document, an item with close scrutiny to gather information or apply knowledge, gain a deeper understanding. I think both of those work.
Okay, 6. Good start.
Nice. You sure you don't want to roll 20?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, give it a shot.
No!
Give
us that plot. You know you want
The
it.
one little bit I had to use Roll20 for the Monday game when I was out of town, it was fine. It treated me okay in the new year, I'll say.
Mm-hmm. So here's what I will give you, and kind of contextualizing this with a little bit that glass, and I think Grackle picked up last time, and maybe they shared this with you and some of your, when you had your brief aside and the voice used earmuffs to let y'all talk. You could sense, like, again, these 8 entities aren't the origin for this force. Like these 8 vampires are mere vessels, same as the things outside, and whatever the origin is for this for the voice is actually somewhere deep underneath this estate. So assuming that Glass or Grackle passed along that information, you are able to kind of contextualize a few things. One, you feel the scale and the scope of this spirit is beyond anything of like a single spirit could amass or could essentially control. This is far into the realm of something that is closer to probably being a demon or some sort of entity like that. But I don't think you get, with a full success, you don't get the impression this is a spirit, but it's not a singular spirit. This is essentially like an amalgamation of spectral energy that has infused like a singular consciousness out of what was probably like hundreds or thousands of souls that eventually like consumed each other to the point of becoming one, and one consciousness sort of rose from that. This entity is more of a byproduct of the calamity that befell here, and not something necessarily that came from elsewhere or existed in a like pre-calamity, like existed before the shattering. So as far as like what you would classify this as, it's hard to say because it doesn't really fit typical classification. But then again, the terms of like spirit or demon are very general, very broad categories that encompass a variety of things that I don't think many academics have actually sat down to try to create a more like defined hierarchy for.
I wonder then if the same rules apply. Fume says darkly. And that's all for me. Thank you very much. Lots to think about, lots to do.
The voice, assuming there's no other questions that y'all wish to ask currently, says, as you leave, says, "We will be in touch." And the sort of 8 vampiric forms kind of turn back to the center table and return to sort of a catatonic state of like pure stillness, as the 4 of you leave unaccosted.
Backwards, never showing your back, like to royalty, you know? Do that thing.
And we say thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yep, right as we're leaving, bow out, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as we get home, we schedule a fruit basket with a thank you note.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You leave the the hollows outside don't react to you or move. The only movement is as you leave, that sort of path that had opened up for you, that the hollows moving out of the way, closes, as the hollows move, like close the doors and move back to their sort of perimeter, and like a sea of bodies kind of closing behind you, and you leave the district, heading back to meet up with Taddy Boggle and crew. They have spent the last several hours while you went into the district scavenging for loot and other scrap and things here to bring back with them, as is their job. You will assume, and again, cutting to the end of the score, you stay there for the night to rest. The next day, heading back along the same journey, and returning to Duskfall proper. As you enter the city through the lightning barrier again, I assume Grackle getting put back in her box. In order
Grackle resuming her position in the box. We don't put her anywhere. She goes where she won't.
Fume holds the box out in front of her and says, "Grackle, return."
Fume gets smacked upside the head as Grackle goes inside the box.
The Taddy Boggle, as you enter, like it looks to you, looks to the hall, and says, "All right, that went pretty well. Didn't lose anybody in the way, so I'd say that's pretty good. I guess if you need anything else, just let us know. Reach out and tell." Oh wait, what was your? They didn't know you as Grackle. What'd they know you as?
Jackal?
Effigy.
Effigy.
Yeah. And tell Effigy, let us know when she's coming back.
We'll pass the word along.
Right.
Thank you for your help.
We're seeing you. He heads out with the rest of the crew to go sell the scrap. There's like a little kind of a a trade depot here at the edge of the city. You see like piles of scrap. It's essentially a small junkyard. They go and just pile that up and sell it in bulk.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do they live in Duskwall and like go out to the Deathlands, or do they live
Yes.
out in the Deathlands? Okay.
No, they live in Duskwall.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was just pure curiosity.
Yeah, and maybe Grackle would have mentioned it at some point or so. As far as you know, like most of them live in Barrowcleft. Again, this is rough work. Like these people are not, making a killing out here. They make enough to live off of.
I should know if they like were just going out, or if they just existed out there and like came in to like sell scrap and stuff. But
yeah, they do not live out there full time.
Well, I like them. I think we should have them over for dinner.
We'll go for when we want to show off Grackle.
Grackle, why don't you ever introduce us to your friends?
Are you ashamed of us, Grackle?
They're lovely.
They are so nice. Young lady, are you ashamed of us?
Not in the box. Am I in the box still?
I don't know.
What?
There's
I
just
love the idea of you
grumbling
guys
from
just
inside the
talking to
box.
Can I?
I
wanna
love the idea
start-
that y'all like.
Oh,
that
Glass
you
has
can hear
definitely
them.
been talking to the box.
I like the idea that Grackle, you can hear the people talking outside the box, but you can't respond, so you're stuck in the worst part of a conversation. You're just
Can
being
I?
talked
Can
at.
I start
Honestly,
a
it
new
changes
project
very
block
little.
for an invention where it's basically like a little talkie for Grackle to speak outward?
out of the box?
How
Yeah.
often would she use it though?
A talk box like they use for like what do you call
spirit.
it, for a spirit box.
Investigations, yeah.
Make a
box.
spirit box with an actual spirit inside.
We could do a lot of bullshit if we could comfortably like have Grackle in a box. Like we could go so many places.
Comfortably.
We can start a side hustle of like shit that the what do you call it, the sisters do.
Granted, that was something that Grackle
Yeah.
had mentioned, was like, if I can get out of the box whenever I need to, the box is more tolerable.
Yeah.
And I think we discussed like coming up with a way for Grackle to like signal that she needs to leave. Oh, and it was knocking. It was knocking on the box.
Yeah.
times.
And I think that's something you could do. I think you just rolled badly when y'all made the box. So it wasn't, you'd have
Probably.
to improve it.
Did y'all make the box without me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the box.
Glass made it.
I'm sorry, the box needed to be made.
Box needs to be made.
This
It
was
was
just
more of
like
a
a
feat of-
this is just like a prototype box out of
Yeah.
necessity.
But let's go into payoff, and then we can get into downtime, what y'all want to get up to, whether it's making Grackle a fancy box or putting Grackle
Graffle.
in a new body.
Graffle.
Rabble.
So where's some PDF? Payoff for this job. So number one, you have your informants now, right? Is that the
Yeah.
one that y'all were picking?
Yeah.
Our ghost informants.
Lookout informants or lookouts? Which one was it?
I think
Lookouts,
it's
right?
lookouts.
Yeah.
Check.
Yes. So you have your lookouts now. In the
Nancy Drew
form
voice.
of the
Check.
the hollows. You receive 2 rep per score by default. If the target score is a higher tier, so I'm gonna mitigate this a little bit because again the actual entity itself is a very powerful like being. The horde as a faction is not a very powerful faction. I believe the horde. Oh, I don't have it on my list. Hold on. Where are my factions? Factions. The horde is tier 3. Y'all are tier 3, right? As well, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you get 2 rep for that. And then payoff. Again, that wasn't really the main goal here. So y'all will still get some coin cutting you in on the salvage. I think your agreement with Tatty Boggle was that they would take a a pretty big cut of it. So I'll say 9 total.
Did you say how much rep and I just wasn't paying attention?
2 rep.
2, okay. I thought that was what you said. Guess
Do
what?
we? What?
We're all full up.
Full up on rep.
We're all full up.
So we could go to 3
Strong.
strong. Okay.
Yeah.
Could go to 3 strong.
Sick. Yo, that's
My
big.
favorite CrossFit gym.
That makes
3
all
strong?
our cohorts better, right?
I don't know.
Well, so stronghold would make them better. Y'all are weak hold, but stronghold means you're only one away from getting up to
Tier
tier 4.
Which is top tier.
Yes.
We're an organization, baby.
Boom.
Yeah, I think tier 4 is the highest that y'all can be.
It
As
is.
a-
It is.
It's a crew.
We got a franchise.
And I think we have enough money. Sorry, we should finish this first and then do that.
Yeah. For heat, let's look at this. So I think it's either 0 or 2 as our baseline, either smooth and quiet or contained.
I mean,
Honestly,
I
Pretty
feel like it was smooth.
Damn smooth. Like our what do you call it? Our engagement roll was a success.
Yeah.
No one. We are all in disguise. No one saw shit.
Yeah. So okay, we'll start
It's
with
like
0.
the only hiccup we had was the big ghost.
Yeah, the ghost popping up.
But it's not like anybody
The
but us was around
the
to see it happen.
fox, chicken, and grain problem at the
Yeah.
river. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the only hiccup.
But
Who's
no
gonna
one,
tell on us? The ghost?
Yeah. No one saw it happen except for the people we knew were already gonna see this happen.
Actually, now that I say that, like, there are people who can talk to ghosts and shit. Like, that could very well
We
happen.
do have one in our party. Shit.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Wait, you guys like
Puts on Spirit Warden mask. Who the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm fine with saying 0 heat, and then 1 heat for a high profile while connected to target. Not really. 1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. No. 1 heat if you're at war with another faction. You are not. And 2 heat if killing was involved, which y'all did not
Yeah.
kill anyone. So
well, which doesn't apply to us anyway.
yeah, all
We should-
right.
We should go out into, like, the wastelands more often. Like,
I guess
things are
so.
very much under control out here.
Yeah.
Now you
But
know
yeah,
why
I mean, like you said, it's
Grackle
outside
likes
the
spending
city.
time out there.
True.
Yeah,
It's pretty simple. Pretty straightforward.
Can't get into trouble.
really
Oh.
can't.
Start taking Grackle and walks out in the Deathlands.
Needs her enrichment time.
So no heat on that one. I guess I'll go and roll for an entanglement. And considering this whole job came up because of your last entanglement roll, I'm interested to see
No heat is
where this
crazy.
goes.
No heat is nuts. Have we ever rolled a no heat entanglement?
Well, where are y'all at with heat with your group right now? Are y'all
1.
at y'all are at 1? Okay, so and your 1 in level is
2.
2.
2. Okay.
We're good.
Damn.
Let me roll that. So I'll roll 2 dice. That's a 4, and then I'll roll again since you all get to pick. That's a
Unquiet
5.
Dead.
Unquiet dead.
Yeah, it's Rivals or Unquiet Dead.
Yay!
Oh, God damn it.
I was joking.
Ghost, 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 ghost.
Yay! I think we did ghosts last time. Should we do rivals this time?
Or
What's
do we
Rivals
want to do ghosts again to continue the ghost chain?
Ghosts again. I love ghosts. I'm always ghosts.
Do nothing
Let's get the
but
ghost hat trick. Get him 3 times in a row.
There's an achievement for that.
Yay! Can I get those Chivos?
Got it.
So Rivals is a neutral faction throws their weight around. They threaten you, a friend or a contact or one of your vice purveyors. You either give them 1 rep or coin per tier of the rival, or stand up to them and lose 1 status.
lose one status.
Mhm.
So we would go back down to like tier 2.
No. One status
with the
them.
faction.
Oh, with the faction. Oh, that one. Okay,
So
got
like, if you're at +1, you have various groups. So this would be a neutral faction. So it's
it. So
somebody
they
who
would
gets
go
some
down
stuff.
to a -1 with us.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That could get interesting at the very least.
Yeah, depending on the faction. It's the Old Fireborn revival.
I don't even know where y'all at with Ulf. No, Ulf is at -1 with you still. It's not.
Oh, okay,
it's
We're not even
happening
sure
here.
if he's alive at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the factions. I only have 2 factions on my list. There are other ones that we haven't introduced. Y'all haven't had any dealings with that I could bring into, but I only have 2 factions that are on my faction list that y'all are at 0 with.
If we do go for the factions, could we get some new peeps throwing their weight around?
Could. I was also debating getting some people in the mix that we haven't seen in a while.
Ooh. I've never made a choice in my life. I'm sorry, y'all.
I always love more ghosts, but rivals could be fun. That's me saying I'm leaning more towards rivals, because it could be interesting.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
If I want ghosts, I'll just get some.
That's true.
We've done
Let's
a
go to
lot
the
of
store.
ghosts.
We don't need more ghosts. We have ghosts at home, okay?
We do have ghosts at home.
I go to the store, I get hoisin sauce. I get back home, I have hoisin sauce.
Correct.
So let's go ahead and get into downtime actions. Let's start with the easy one. Who's doing stress relief?
Most definitely.
Yep.
I know who's not doing stress relief. Well, I guess no. You have Grackle. Do you have the ability to actually do that now?
I can possess.
Yay!
I have an attune of. That's living me. I have an attune of nothing.
Okay.
So I can.
We'll work on
I
that.
can try. I can
Okay.
try.
You can try.
Listen, we'll work on it.
Listen. Worst thing that I can do is take drain and take a gloom, and that'll reset me anyway.
There you go.
That is true.
So willing to try.
It's a training montage of Grackle trying to possess things. Got the damn brothel looking like Fantasia.
Yeah.
But it could be like an 80s dress-up montage where we're sitting around and she's trying to possess different things.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh.
Or
So Fume, yours is easy. You just plug yourself in for a while and
Offline
recharge.
for 8 hours, back online.
Yeah. So Salome and Glass are the 2 of you indulging vice.
I got it.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
It's 7 out of 10.
Yeah, well, I guess y'all have traumas too. So if you don't, it's bad.
Yeah.
It'd be bad.
I have 2 traumas.
Yeah.
How do you heal ghost harm?
That's a good question.
I'll look into it. You guys resolve some actions.
Who's been good?
Oh, nice.
Roll a 6.
Van's been good. Van's dice has been good here.
I have been good. Thank you for acknowledging it.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm picking dice that have behaved recently, and the one from the set that Van got me has been very nice. Okay.
Where did I put the rule book?
5.
All right.
Double or nothing? I know you're at 1 after that, right?
I'm at 1.
I'm also at 1.
Double or nothing?
No.
No. Let's see. What clocks Do we still need... Do we have any clocks that we're still working on?
I don't think so.
No,
Not
all
quite yet.
them right now are ones.
That we don't want to fill.
Yeah. What was factory gossip again?
Hell if I
Actually,
know.
I think that's one that y'all are working on.
Factory gossip.
Because I think
'Cause it
that
is in
was
green.
Salome doing a project to see, or maybe I actually no, maybe it was Fume. I don't remember. It was one of you that was doing some like investigating at the factory to see if you could find out like
Right. Because I remember I showed up to their recruiting
Oh.
thing and got
Yeah.
an apartment in the new one.
Yes. Okay.
I definitely remember that.
That was last session. You weren't here. It's okay. Yes, because they're creating like the full scary town. Live here, work here. You could even get food vouchers here situation.
Yes.
And so
Yeah, I
Fume is undercover right now.
Yeah, I think Fume was trying to find out more about like what's going on or what they're doing there. Again, I know you're looking for gossip. What you end up discuss once you fill it, I will allow you to decide like what questions you want answered.
Well,
But yeah, that's the only one right now because y'all have prepared Grackle's body for you've
Mm-hmm.
Grackle has a vessel and you have the ritual ready. It's just a matter of deciding when you're going to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah.
so Grackle, how long do you want to stay a ghost for?
I don't.
Right, but if you had to quantify the amount of time at which you'd feel comfortable remaining a ghost, how much time would that be? What I'm trying to tell you is we have your body ready and the ritual as well.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's get this over with.
You just say
Perhaps
go.
if we spent some time and coin preparing you to utilize the means for you to possess something like your own body. Mechanically speaking, I have 2 free downtime actions that I could give you in order for you
begins to
to
bleed.
train your attune skill, and I'm more than happy to assist with that. if-
Salome, stop! It won't stop bleeding!
Well, so Grackle can only train her attune once.
Oh,
per
shit.
downtime.
Yeah,
Okay.
once per downtime.
Funnily
So-
enough, I only have one more slot in Resolve before I can upgrade my tune.
Stop!
Grackle feels very close to be able to figure out how to be marginally better than average.
I've been noodling on it for a while, and I feel like I'm on the edge of a breakthrough.
Grackle would say noodling.
Yep.
Absolutely. All the time.
So you definitely could do that. Did y'all take the thing that gives you 2 XP to level? I don't remember.
Not, I don't think it was in
Uh,
Resolve.
No,
Yes,
you did.
We
Yeah,
have
you
it
did.
in Prowess, Resolve, Personal, just not Insight.
That's right. We just haven't taken insight yet.
Yeah, we don't have the Insight one
Yeah,
yet, but
I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, so that means you do get 2 XP for training it.
So if you wish, Grackle, you can start training, and then... no! My nose keeps bleeding whenever we try to reference your skills. Stop!
I don't understand. Training is literally a thing you can do in universe.
So yeah.
Yeah, so if Grackle will suspend a downtime action or take one of the free ones from Salome to
Yeah,
Bump
sure.
that up.
I mean, honestly, like, if we get me to a point where... If we get me to a point where I can attune, I don't even have to worry about any harm or drain or whatever. I can leave this intangible coil behind, this imperfect,
we
ghostly...
we created the rule. Who had the details on the ritual? Van, did I give those to you?
Did we not like have more work to do on the ritual itself, or did we finish that?
That
It's
you
finished
mean
up.
for bringing Grackle back? No, you didn't
Yeah.
give that to
Yeah.
me.
I thought
What
I
you
did.
gave me the ritual that I have is for making the actual body.
I think we have one more, like, at least one more.
Yeah, I don't have one for getting her back into it.
Why do I think that? Hold on. Now I've got to go back through my notes.
I'm
Here.
double checking, but it's not in my ritual list, and I would have added it to that.
I thought we had one or two, like, steps left.
I do think you're right. I do think we need to figure out how to get her back into it.
Either
Yeah.
way, training for a tune would be a good idea.
So at the very least,
Yeah.
that you could start getting rid of some of
Yeah.
that stress.
Well, so we need to. Yeah, we actually have to. I have to give you all because I thought during one of our prior sessions that we had actually scoped out like what the details of the ritual would be, but maybe we didn't.
I don't
Because I'm
think
pretty
so.
sure your clock there that I left on the board to remind myself was that you had successfully created the ritual. That was you researching and creating a ritual to be able to accomplish this. I don't know what that clock would be for otherwise.
I mean, the last one that I have that you gave me was the one that we called bodybuilding.
What did that one say?
Spend collectively between the group 4 downtime actions. We did this to finish the clock.
No, this is not. That's
or was that
we
what we
haven't
got
done.
when we finished that?
No, that's the ritual.
Requires an attune roll in a body. Downsides attract spiritual attention. Danger may require some protection. I thought that was the one we had already used.
No, that is the ritual for
Okay.
Grackle. For Grackle repossessing her body and becoming a
Okay,
vampire.
great.
That would be bad news if a different ghost hijacked my body.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I'm putting. You're getting protection tattoos.
Okay.
You're getting protection runes.
So go over the details I gave you again. It's
Okay, so
4
4 downtime
downtime
actions between all of us. And it requires the body itself, which we already did,
Which you have.
because it's Grackles, and that was the preserving clock. And it's an attune roll. Sorry, I'm looking through my notes. Yeah, requires an attune roll and a body. So a
Can that
successful
body
attune
also
roll.
be a hull?
No, the body is Grackle's
It's
body.
Grackle's
Grackle's body. Okay.
And then I make an attune roll to do the ritual, and then it's got the downsides of attracting spiritual attention and danger, or may require protection. So I go to Grackle with a bunch of like designs drawn out. Okay, we have to protect you, and this is the best way to put any kind of like permanent protection on the body. Are you opposed to tattoos?
You are Venom right now.
Yep, I don't know who that is.
I was like, who's this voice?
Who is that?
Who are you?
You went full Venom. You went Venom. It's okay. I
just
I
came
thought you were
out.
just like I thought you were just doing a voice for a second, and then you started
No.
continued
Yeah,
talking.
I
I was
was
like,
like,
oh no,
wait,
oh
is
no,
this
Venom's
how-
here now.
Glasses always talked. Did I not realize this?
It's not. So not even a little bit.
No,
That's
you
fine. I
went
do
you
that
went
all
Venom.
the
It's
time.
okay. It's
Where did he
okay.
come from?
Monday
Monday.
night.
It's not Monday, is it? Where am I? Where am I? Who is this?
It better not be Monday.
I.
Please.
I'm
Oh,
fucked if
man.
it's Monday.
I'm so late for work, y'all.
Yeah, seriously.
I am so late for work.
I only have 2 hours left of work. Like shit. Oh,
Wow, I think I like dissociated for a second. Hang
all
on.
good.
I think it's the way I'm sitting, actually. I think I'm sitting right. Anyway, I go to Grackle. Hold on, rewind.
Okay.
Cut that. Cut that out.
Hello, I am Grackle.
Instead of a bunch of Grackles following her around, it's just randomly a bunch of bees. They're like, wait!
Wait! Wrong!
This is wrong. Anyway. Sorry, guys. I don't know who I am today. Yeah,
fantastic.
I'll have sketched some stuff out that I don't know why I think that glass can draw, but I imagine like doing rituals, you have to draw a lot of like symbols and things.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
his like
draftsmanship.
has like come up with some ideas and goes to Grackle and is like, so do you have tattoos?
Grackle have tattoos. When would Grackle ever get a tattoo?
Why would Grackle ever get a tattoo?
She was a rebellious teen at
How
one
would
point.
no, sorry.
Grackle's got a tramp stamp.
And if she hasn't already, she will. I'm gonna do a good boy roll. Do a good boy roll and find out if Grackle has a tattoo. $19.
Grackle, you have a tattoo and it says dude. Hey, Glass, you have a tattoo and it says sick.
They're in here.
Dude.
Inner lip tattoo.
You know,
I feel like she's got like an upper shoulder back tattoo.
Oh, sick.
Please say it's just like a entire flock of grackles just taking off.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah. She's
sick.
not. She's not very creative. It is Grackles.
I like that though.
I love it. She knows what she likes.
She does. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And one of them has a ruby in its beak.
That's lovely. So, do you have tattoos?
Yeah, one.
Oh, all right. I imagine your pain tolerance is much higher than most. Anyway, come look at this. And I spread a few like pieces of paper out on the bar. What do you think? We're going to have to put some kind of protection on your body. Forcing your spirit back into it does have the potential for some, to draw some sort of supernatural or spiritual attention. Basically, I'm trying to protect you from other ghosts trying to get your body.
Alright. That's what it's for. It's what it's for.
But it's going to be permanent, so I don't want you to like it. God, I've gone soft.
To her credit, she takes a second look. What, like, how much can you actually change?
Well, and I'll point out like a few pieces. I'm trying to just incorporate the runes into them as best I can. So as long as we've got these shapes, I mean, really, it can look like whatever you want.
This is fine.
Okay. Let's get to it. Have you eaten today? Oh, wait. Never mind, you won't be in there. I'll just walk off.
And at the mention of "have you eaten today," Grackle suddenly feels very hungry for some reason.
So like phantom stomach? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Oh, for
Wow.
sure.
It's gotta be, right?
No.
Well, she has an intense need for life essence, and she has not partaken once.
He's hungry.
Nope.
oh, right, I want to make juice boxes.
Is Grackle going to use a downtime action to
Feed.
feed?
Well, she should train her attune first.
Yes.
So I'll use how about I use a downtime action to train my attune, and then after that, I will go feed.
And then
How
if you
about
end
that?
up needing to feed more or something goes down, we have 2 freebies floating around too.
All right, yeah, okay, that works for me. Cool. When you train, you just do it, right? Like that's just a thing.
Yes, you just do it. So Grackle does
All
some
right.
meditation or get some pointers from Glass.
I'm gonna train my resolve. This looks like rooftop, like looming, brooding. You
Uh-huh.
know, Batman style, black suit Spider-Man. Like, I can find a gargoyle somewhere. I'm sure. Skurlock with a broom shooing Grackle away.
Yeah, you do some spooky ghost shit for a couple days to the point that you have a better understanding of, and I think probably this leads to like you can feel the instincts, that impulse to drain, to feed on life essence growing, uh and maybe even, instinctually knowing that you need to possess someone in order uh to indulge this, to feel that living essence again, to sustain yourself for a little bit longer so you can accomplish what you need to. um how does Grackle go, like, what is Grackle's plan of attack for finding someone to possess?
I think that like Grackle's hunger and her restlessness, like the same restlessness that she gets when she hasn't like done work in a while, starts to kind of like mesh together and become like inseparable in her mind. So I think she literally like goes to the place that she normally picks up bounties and grabs a wanted poster, and she's
Uh-huh.
gonna go find that person and possess them.
Okay, you can definitely do that. I think we are just going to boil this down to your attune roll.
Okay.
And however that goes is how well this entire experience goes for Grackle.
All right. It is one dice. One
Yep.
dice. All
So
by itself. All by twinsies.
yeah, so it's you may attune to the ghost field or take control of a living body. When your control is challenged, you must reattune, risking electroplasmic harm, or leave the body. Your control is challenged when you consume spirit energy from the host. So I think my understanding of that is you attune to possess. You can consume spirit energy when you possess them, but once you do so, then you have to do another attune roll to continue possession.
Okay. Yeah, I do that. I go find somebody who is wanted, and I'm gonna try and drink them.
Okay.
Drink that life essence.
Yeah, because I guess also like you can do this as not a downtime activity as it goes to. Like you could do this during
Yeah.
the score.
Isn't that
It's
wild?
just that this may be a downtime activity, but if you ever find yourself, like if you were playing a ghost long term and you found yourself in a score and you're running out of drain, you could just possess somebody to do this. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna have to have 2 attune rolls here.
Okay.
So this first one is whether you're successfully able to possess them to feed, and the second one will be once you feed, you have to assert control or else you take harm.
Okay. Works for me. I'll do the first roll.
All right.
Okay. Risky standard. Let's do this.
Yep.
3. I got a 3.
Okay.
What
so
tattoo? What failure do?
Let's get into the scene then. So Grackle,
Oh, no.
you head to which district? I mean, I think most of like the bounty boards would be in Charter Hall somewhere. So you luckily, as a ghost, it's much easier for you to move unseen through the city. You head in the middle of the night to the Blue Coat office in Charter Hall to check the bounty boards there, shifting through the cracks under the door and into the office to go over the board. And you find several people listed there, but you're trying to look for, imagine you're looking for like an easy target. You're not wanting somebody who's like, you don't need somebody who's a high bounty. You just need somebody who you could find and not feel bad about fucking up. There is a criminal listed on the bounty board. Appears to be like a newer posted bounty for a somebody give me a name.
Chopper.
Chopper. Okay.
I am a doctor.
Yeah.
Tony Chopper.
Dr. Senator Doctor.
We're not going to make this Tony Chopper. That would feel too bad about you murdering Tony Chopper.
He's Chopper because he's not good enough to be called a butcher.
Yeah. I want to make them a member of a faction too. Hell yeah, let's say is a they are on the bounty board, reported as a member of Ulf Ironborn's crew.
Good.
Has affiliations with that crew, is wanted for several like assaults, like mutilations, has a there is a listing of like one in connection with several like murders, specifically with the theft of like heartstone crystals, like bodies found mutilated with the crystals ripped out and chopped off sort of thing. So you knowing this crew and knowing where they kind of hang out and having some leads there, find this to be a pretty easy target, and you glide off south towards Coleridge, heading towards Ironborn like territory, the little bit that they still have left. You scout around there for a bit until you see like some of the Ironborn crew kind of shuffling down the road, looking a little bit, coming from peeling out from one of the bars, looking a little drunk. You follow them for a bit, looking for where they're heading. They reach a narrow alleyway with a set of stairs kind of heading down beneath some of the buildings, kind of like it's a pass through from one street to the next. As they head down, there's a bit of like gruff conversation, laughter, shoving going on between them. And coming up the steps in the same way, you see them kind of bump into, and one of them shouts out a name, Chopper, as you see a kind of short, probably like 5'5", like heavy set, like as wide as he is tall, fellow that has a pretty robust midsection. He has is wearing like a cowl to obscure his face a bit, but the others from Ironborn, or from Ulf's crew, recognize him on sight. They got to shove him for a bit. There's a little bit of like hassling between them before he shoves them off, kind of gruffly pushing away and then heading back down the alleyway in the opposite direction as them. So you, following him alone in the darkness, you find yourself with the perfect opportunity to strike. Shifting incorporeally through the mist, you feel basically invisible from your current vantage point. How do you think, like, what is the How does it look when Grackle attempts to possess this man?
I feel like Grackle has never fully like embraced her like body as a ghost's body. So she like tracks him down precisely the way she would have in life. Which is to say, like, sort of like getting past him through like an adjacent side street and then like waiting in the shadows to like pull him into an alley.
Mm-hmm. From the shadows as he passes, where you would normally reach out, physically grab him and pull him in, instead you find yourself reaching out. You know, you can feel that life essence, the beating heart in his chest, the draw of an energy within him that you could feed upon. You reach out, and your incorporeal body beginning to pass into his. There's a moment of like shock that runs through you, that runs through him as he like instinctually reacts to this, kind of pulling away, and you feel like a repulsion, something pushing you back as well. The you feel there is a presence of some sort of pressure that is like ousting you away from him, as you see kind of from under his cowl a little flash of silver of a spirit bane charm around his neck that instinctually kind of pushes you away. As he panics and begins to like scramble backwards, tripping over himself, you can feel the effects of the Spirit Bane charm repelling you. You will need to either roll to resist or take what's the thing for that? You're affected by Spirit Bane charms, compel ability of the Whisper. So yes, you are ousted away from him. You can either attempt to resist it, to overcome the effect, to attempt to possess him, or be repelled.
I'm gonna resist.
Okay.
She's stubborn. Would that be a resolve roll then?
That's a good question. I think so.
Honestly, I'm not awful at that right now. That's 3 dice, but I've just now realized and remembered that I do have a level 2 harm, which reduces my rolls by 1 dice.
Yes.
Since I failed my roll, like I don't see any reason to like be too concerned about that for the last one. But for this one, we should remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am gonna resist. So is it the resolve?
Yeah, we'll go with resolve on this one.
Okay. So we'll do that. I did not remove a dice.
Oh shoot. Okay. Do I be nice and say it's the one at the end?
The one is the third one. It was the
It is.
third dice. It would have been a 6 and a 3.
I will be nice in this case.
Or would it have been a 3 and a 1? And the 6
there a way to-
Stop it, Archer.
Oh,
Stop it.
there is a way to do that. Okay. Just check.
Yes. So you were able to fully resist the effect and push forward to try to possess him. I'm gonna need another attune roll
Okay.
if you're gonna push forward with this.
That's to like I still need to do another attune to get the drain, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
Go for broke. Like I already did. I need it, bro. I need it.
You're in it
So
to
you
win
see
it.
him, you see him shouting. He's like, "What the fuck? What's that?" As he like scrambles over himself and begins to try to run away down the alleyway. As your ghost form just like reconstitutes there, pushing through the spirit bane charm. As he's like holding it up like a crucifix towards you, trying to keep you at bay, and you just ignore it and continue reaching out towards him. Go ahead, roll another attune.
Okay. Is this one risky standard or can I...
No, this is desperate now.
Yeah. I thought. Okay.
Hey, throw that on for another resolve. Get that attune up again.
That's what I need, baby. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure that this one rolls with the less dice. This is a desperate roll, standard. Bonus dice -1. Let's see if it actually does the thing that it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Bah. That's a 1.
0 dice.
Okay.
Oh, sweet baby. Okay, so we
Mark
need to
your
go
desperate
full.
XP.
Yes, mark your desperate XP. Okay, so this just decides we need to go full like H.H. Holmes. Like we need to like create a full like situation, like a full level of one of the businesses where we take people up and tie them down and just like get Grackle to drain them.
It's
I can-
You
finally
mean like a
time.
Sweeney Todd?
It's
like...
finally no. It's finally time to open the murder hotel.
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
I can resist the consequences again.
You could, because the consequences here are as you're pushing through and he's running out into the alleyway, you manifesting here, like come around the corner as you are again, like you are like physically clawing at him, trying to get inside of him at this point. As you do, you feel kind of like a chill run up your spine, or like what would be your spine, like your ghostly form. So you turn and see it turning the corner about like 2 blocks away, a cloaked figure, and you just see the glint of a spirit warded mask on patrol as they are coming into view. So you can try to resist this.
Okay. I'll do my best.
You got this. It can't possibly be another failure, right?
One less dice. It's
Uh-huh.
okay.
I mean, you're
this
gonna
is-
clear your stress track either way.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
I will
at
say
this
your
point-
resistance also depends on how I will allow you this grace though. How does Grackle try? So you see he is like he is scrambled out of this alleyway. The spirit warden is turning the corner like down the road. He hasn't seen you yet, so you have a moment to resist the consequences of being spotted by the spirit warden. How is Grackle doing that?
I think it would be like on a success, she like remembers that she's a ghost and just like dissipates and like, you know, like mists away before he has a chance to see her. Like on a failure, she doesn't remember that she's a ghost and is seen.
Okay. Trying to decide, do we do this as... Yeah, I mean, I think it's still a resolve, right?
I like the thing is that if I fail here, like if I get less than a 6, I'm going to take drain, which gives me a gloom and takes me out of the scene. So keep that in mind. Like however that manifests, you can interpret that any way you wish. But like that these are the possibilities in play.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead and roll your resolve resist.
Okay. Bonus dice -1. I have a resolve.
Yeah, because you
3.
avoid. I will say this with one thing you need to remember as resistance is you resist the consequence either way. So no matter what, the spirit, because you are resisting, the spirit warden is not going to see you.
Okay.
How that resolves is based on, you know, how well you roll.
If you roll a 6, it's actually just glass.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know,
Oh,
resistance
God.
rolls are always successful. It's just a matter of how much stress you take.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yo, come on! Let's go! That's good. That's good. I
That
have
is
two.
really
I
good.
have 3 in reserve.
We are on the knife's edge right now of rolling terribly and rolling really good.
Oh
I've
my
rolled a
god.
6 in all 3 rolls that I've just done.
Grackle, you suddenly seeing what happens. Here's how I'm going to flavor this with a full success there. You realize, seeing the spirit warden coming, you know if the spirit warden sees you, like, you're in serious trouble. You remembering you are a ghost, become incorporeal for a moment, appearing as a fog, and because you have the ability to do so, you sort of grab this guy and just yank him invisibly back into the alleyway as he's like clawing on the stone, trying to get away, as you pull him back into the darkness. There's just a bit like as the camera pans over, the spirit warden is like turn the corner and just hears like a shout in the distance, and the spirit warden looks, shakes his head, and just keeps walking.
And Glass thinks to themselves, that was weird.
As you have this man like restrained underneath you, what do you do?
God. Yeah. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? Like,
Come on.
It's
Yeah.
messy.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta eat
messy.
him.
You gotta eat
It's
him.
messy, but
You
like
gotta.
I gotta keep on going until I either succeed or explode on impact.
I
Grackle
can give
hungy.
you, if you want an extra die, we could do a devil's bargain.
Okay, what's the devil's bargain?
The devil's bargain I'm gonna offer you here.
He's a Grey Warden in disguise.
a gray
Grey Warden?
Sorry,
Grey Warden?
Sorry, Grey.
A
Jesus
spirit
Christ.
warden.
He's a spirit. No,
Oh,
he's
spirit
he's a blue coat. There we go. God, I'm on Monday night too. What the fuck?
The Grey Wardens are here. Venon's here.
He's a
He's
red
he's
penny in
he's an
disguise.
undercover blue coat,
Mm.
or he's someone that actually is more high profile than realized, and so
Yeah. No, I do like that.
Someone's gonna-
We can do a little bit of guilt.
Ulf
here.
Ironborn's boyfriend
No.
Chopper.
Yeah.
Val, are
I
you
think-
seriously suggesting that we're gonna feel bad for killing a cop?
No. No, I like where we're going with this. I'm not going to do blue coat because again, y'all wouldn't fucking care about killing
I
a
don't
blue
care. I hate
coat.
that.
I sort of back myself in the corner with that. Hold on, I'd have to retcon something.
If
in
you
order to do it
don't
that way.
want to do a devil's bargain, we can help from any distance.
That is true. No, can't help. You just sense like Grackle's having a hard time right now.
No one
something,
looked.
something is
embarrassing.
off in the ghost
It's just
field.
Grackle receives 3 new messages and they're all, "Are you okay?"
No, I'm gonna go with my initial plan because I want this consequence to be
Consequence.
meaningful here. The spirit warden's out of play. Somebody else is gonna see this happen.
Okay.
In the tattoos that I add to Grackle's body, I'm gonna put a damn tracker on her.
So you can, if you want to take that, you can take the additional die, which would bring you up to a 1 die. And then yes, if somebody else wants to assist from a distance,
yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do both, actually. I'd like
Yes.
to have 2 dice instead of 1. Dude, rolling with 1 dice has been bad for me in the past.
I'll help.
You want to do it?
Okay.
Okay,
I'll do it.
you do it.
I think it makes the most sense
I'm gonna say either way,
for Glass.
this is your
but-
last chance.
Okay, works for me.
I'm making this very. It's going to be part 2 of my devil's bargain. Is that either way, this is the last chance you get.
Risky standard.
No, it's still desperate.
Okay, great.
So I'll use
I'll
our,
take- I'll
our
take that
bound in
experience.
darkness.
Grackle, this is going to be a learning experience, regardless of how it shakes out. So Grackle's getting a bonus dice of net 1. Because she's got the -1,
Yes,
and then she's got
plus 2. So
yeah, +2. So we're rolling with 2 dice here.
Something Glass has said in the past is just like hanging out in the back of Grackle's mind.
And that is
Go for broke.
Yeah, I'm halfway between it being like actual advice that Glass had given, or like just
YOLO.
glass saying like, if you fuck it up, you can like die permanently, so don't.
Okay.
You take your pick. What would be more helpful for Grackle?
That's a good question.
I imagine it's one of those two things.
I feel like it would have been something along the lines of never half-ass something that you can whole ass.
That does sound
Anyway,
like something I would say.
Failure.
God damn it, Wings.
Shit!
That's a 1 and a 3.
This is why I don't roll on Roll20
Wings.
anymore.
Wings, grab
Wings.
real dice, please. Can you please grab real dice?
What's happening?
Anyway.
My real dice roll worse than roll 20 do.
Oh lord.
How is that possible?
I don't know, man.
Listen, you got a lot of XP during this downtime though.
You have. That's true.
You're gonna come
worst-
out with us with a tune 2.
The worst part of this is that somebody saw. Like, it's very embarrassing. Like,
Yeah, because now it's embarrassing
Somebody saw.
as
it
opposed to
was
just frustrating.
Fume.
Yep.
Hey, Danae, who's the one person you wish Grackle didn't see any of this? Because it would mortify her.
I can tell you who I think it's gonna be, but I don't want to say anything until it's said.
Okay.
Baron just walks around the corner.
Yeah, just out for
Shit.
a night stroll.
You embarrass yourself in front of your dad that you hate.
Lord
I just
Skurlock turns
die.
the corner.
Jack.
I think embarrassing yourself in front of someone you don't like is the worst.
is worse.
is the
Absolute
Infinitely
worst.
Because if it's somebody
Absolute
that
worst.
you know and like you have a good relationship with, you'd be like, well, they won't care. I embarrass myself in front of you guys all the time,
I'm saying.
but it's not embarrassing.
No.
Like for somebody
It's
you
just
hate,
funny.
that'd be pretty
Okay.
fucked up.
If this is, I can think of like one thing like from real life that is like the worst thing that could happen, and it's like seeing your therapist at the grocery store.
Oh,
Something about that does sound mortifying.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I would hide. I would hide. I would hide.
That
She's a
does-
lovely lady, but I would hide.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
wanna,
going to.
I don't want to acknowledge that my therapist exists outside of her office. It's like when you're a kid and you see your teacher at the grocery store and your mind is
Yeah,
blown.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I ran.
You're like, they
All the
leave
time.
the school.
Yeah.
You don't exist.
So Grackle.
Yes.
Um,
Hello.
I
Just go ahead and grab that
am.
experience.
I'm going to give you another level 2 harm.
Oh boy.
We gotta get this girl back in her body.
I'm thinking something like shaken. I don't really know what else.
I just
friggin'
wrote
ghost-
mortified.
Yeah, that works.
A level 2 arm being mortified is really good.
As you feel yourself, again, you can resist this if you want to.
This is the rest of the session.
I'm here for it.
We're
It's
locked
just
in a
us-
loop.
Let me
We're
die.
stuck, we're stuck in the resistance
Resist.
I'm gonna go
Resist,
get
girl.
like
I
some
kinda love
pretzel
it.
sticks so I can dip Nutella and just
Yeah.
sit here.
Bring me
and
some
watch these
popcorn.
rolls.
You
Okay,
feel
okay.
yourself fully pushed away as the Spearbane charm repels you in that moment away from him, just as you're trying to possess him. The chopper gets up off of the ground and immediately just bolts faster than you think a man of his size should be able to move out of the alleyway and down the road as you are trying to recover from this. Do you want to take the harm or do you want to roll to resist the harm?
I'm gonna roll to resist.
Okay.
Can we help with a resistance roll?
That's a good question.
I almost don't want you to.
It
Oh,
almost
fair.
benefits
You know what?
Grackle.
Either way, you're good.
What's really funny is that
You
like,
either
I've
get
been-
the 6 or you go over and
yeah,
you're good.
like what's funny is that like I've been succeeding all these resistance rolls and none
Yeah.
of my actual rolls.
It's kind of in the
Yeah.
worst possible
This is
result here.
narratively though. It makes perfect.
It
sense.
makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
This makes perfect sense.
So go on and do another resolve resist.
Okay.
It is that thing of you try really hard to do the thing that you're not really that good at yet, and then you're like, damn it, no, I'm not giving up,
Kill
like
me.
every time.
Kill me. All right. Right. -1 on the bonus dice. Let's go. 5. which still puts me over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. What a
So
relief.
you decide which
What a
gloom you
relief! I
want to
can now
take as
perish.
the pressure from this is just a little too much.
She's on to the
and
next grand adventure.
and you find yourself overcome in this moment. What gloom is Grackle going to take here?
Well, I have 5 choices here. I've been eyeing up territorial, but because of the nature of this, of how she took this gloom, I feel like destructive, furious, or savage also works.
Mhm.
The other one being chaotic. I'll open it up to the room for, like, does anybody have arguments as to which one it should be?
I kind of love territorial for Grackle.
I think
I'm not gonna lie.
I think territorial is great. I think destructive is also great, but I'm mostly basing that off of this one encounter.
Yeah.
Because you can be, much like Grackle tends to be, self-destructive.
Yeah.
I like territorial a lot too, though. Those would be my top 2.
I
concur.
My biggest issue is that I feel like she might not get another chance. She might not get another gloom. And if I get out of ghost stage without picking up territorial, I'm gonna regret it.
There you go.
So
That is your answer.
I'm gonna make a decision based on purely selfishness.
I mean, well, makes a lot of sense, though.
I love it.
She got her start as a hound.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
I
it's
love
territorial.
All right. So, retreating back to your hideout, unsuccessful in this moment, but potentially consequences to come. That is Grackle's downtime. As one of Grackle's downtime actions.
That was awesome. Like
That was only one?
There was
So
there was a
relaxing.
beginning, a middle, and an end.
There was a
Yeah.
climax.
There
Yeah.
was a denouement.
That was a full short story.
That was a
right there.
whole episode, and I loved it. I also have an idea for a scene.
I think everybody has taken one downtime action.
Yes.
Cheers.
I'm just training with my second one.
Okay.
I may also train. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have 2 freebies floating around too.
You know what we haven't done in a while? A job involving a train. Remember, like, our very first job?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got on the
You
train.
want more train
More
heist?
trains.
You've had 2
More
train
train
heists.
Yeah, the second one was a little less successful than the first. I did have to set up a memorial for a man.
Yeah,
Did murder a man.
did murder a
The
man by
one
throwing him out of a train.
guy.
No, that was not a we. That was fully Salome, and then she fully accepts that onus.
Never forget, his name.
That guy.
Oh no, he was what do you call it? Leroy
John?
Jenkins.
Leroy
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
He was Leroy Jenkins.
We were this close to naming that guy Maury, and I regret every
Not.
day we didn't do it.
Can you imagine how
He died
bad
how he lived.
Salome must have felt the end of the week when the news came out that only one person died on that train?
It's the only death.
The only death of the train.
It's awesome.
I tried to save him.
Oh no, she saw the news.
Just wailing.
Well, that's the rest of our day.
All right, let's go. I will get the snacks. You get the alcohol. Grackle gets Sex in the City, and we'll do a watch party.
I'll just get super crossfaded and watch Sex in the City.
Sounds great.
So we have some training.
So did not age well. Sorry.
Well, I guess I just realized that was 2 of Grackle's eyes. So
Yeah.
Grackle's
It
taken
was.
2.
It was
he's
2
got
of
a bit
them.
training in that, and y'all done.
I've just done stress relief.
So we have one more
Uh,
basic actions left.
yeah. And I think Glass and Salome are doing training, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that was my second.
I'm upset I didn't get to find out who saw.
Oh, you will.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, I have a feeling it might come up.
Could I use the factory gospel clock to just, tool around and do some wreckage inside of the factory?
You want to progress the clock in order to
Like sabo, or like so it's like a split, like sabotage the factory and also find out how like certain stuff works inside the factory.
Okay, so like that's what you want the end goal of the clock to be, or you're saying you want to do some sabotage in order to progress that clock?
The second one, yes.
Okay. I'm trying to find a reason to say no.
Okay, that's fine.
No. I mean, I guess like that could work. Like you fuck things up enough, people are going to start talking, and maybe you'll find out something. Sure, why not? It's a new way to do research.
I'm introducing to the sample size a little conundrum, and I want to see how things play out from here.
You are just the Joker.
Yeah, with a critical success, I am stacking money in the middle of a pile.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
like a
I
dog
think
chasing a car.
I think with crit success, is that 4 ticks?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hold on. Where's the project stuff? Too many rules.
Fix baby back to big size.
Let's see. Downtime actions. Long-term project. No, critical's 5 segments. No long-term project. So you definitely succeed. And finish this out.
Yay.
What did you do?
Essentially, like, in the middle of the night, Fume breaks in with, like, his knowledge of where the entrances are to the factory, and it's just like, just gonna remove a gear here, turn a knob here, unplug this, and plug it here. Oh, that's gonna be bad. And then I'll throw this gear into trash bin.
Okay. So you set all that up the during the like 3 hours that the factory is closed every night. The first shift comes in the next day. I imagine you're there for that shift so you can see this all play out. The as the machines get up and running, it's only a matter of time before there is a catastrophic failure. You hear like a ka-thunk, and then like some steam shooting out from a pipe, a crashing noise, small explosion, everything like grinding to a halt as as your sabotage takes effect. There's panic. There's bells alarming, people fleeing from the factory as the kind of everything begins to settle back down. In that moment, like afterwards, though, as I think the factory is shut down while they're repairing things, the like foreman for the factory comes through and is like inspecting and talking to people that were working those machines, that part of the assembly, begins just like laying into them and yelling at them. They end up getting fired just like
Oof.
on the spot after that and blamed for it. But later that afternoon, as things are continuing to be repaired, I think you're probably brought in on like the crew to help like get this all back up and running again. And there's the foreman like estimating how long it's going to take for them to repair this to get it going again. Later that afternoon, some of the Institute of Sparkcraft sort of like executives come by the factory, including Oliver, to speak with the foreman. They go over the damages, and you begin to hear some listening on some of their conversation. While I imagine like you've got a hat on, like keeping your head down, like making sure nobody recognizes you.
He's basically like going over to that trash can where he dumped the gear and is moving it away like he's part of the cleaning crew.
Mm-hmm. You hear this foreman explain, says, well, it's going to take a bit to get things back up here. I'm not really sure. We haven't gotten in to see how bad the damage is, but it's going to take some time to sort out the cause of all of this. Oliver kind of butts in and says, we need this completed by the end of the week. We can't have production off schedule. This throws everything off. He's not going to be happy about this. I understand, sir, but we don't know the cause. We'll get to it as fast as we can, faster. I don't want your best. I want the best. And if you can't deliver, I'll find someone else who can. I understand. We'll have everything back up and running by the end of the week. Good. You've done good work here so far. It'd be a shame to replace you. Right, it won't be necessary, sir. I don't wish to get things off schedule. No, you don't. I'd like a moment to inspect the rest of the factory to make sure things are proceeding as planned here. Of course, I'll show you. I can do it myself. You continue to monitor progress here. Don't want any more mistakes. Oliver heads off with a couple of other executives that he has with him, and they do a full inspection of the factory to ensure that there's no other malfunctions or anything that's precariously operated. But he goes through a while. You see the foreman seems very nervous during his presence and begins to pick up the pace and things. Gets pulls a couple of other people in, focuses all efforts on getting the machinery back up and running.
At any point in time, does Oliver disappear for an extended period? Can I assume that from what they were talking about, is there a part of the factory Fume hasn't been to?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there are some areas of the factory that are this is more so this factory is being used for a couple things. One, it's offloading and repackaging the Leviathan blood that's coming from the ships, and redistributing that across the city. But they're also doing some manufacturing for some of the other materials they're getting in. It's a lot of again, assembly line parts, so you're never seeing the full picture. There is a section, yes, the factory itself is broken up into 4 different sort of assembly functions. So you have Dock 1, which is being used for the Leviathan blood. Dock 2 and 3 have different where pieces are being, or components are being brought in from some of the other factories both outside of Dustfall and different parts of the city, where they're being assembled into pieces. the Dock 4 facility, that part you haven't been in. That seems to be more like off limits or very like exclusive personnel working out of there. So he's in there for a little. That's probably the only place where you don't really see him during his visit.
Okay. I'm gonna make myself scarce and report back to the group that, hey, they're really panicky. They need some things done by the end of the week, and it seems like the Baron's on a very tight schedule.
So we would hate if something was held up.
Yes, and apparently the foreman might be replaced. Personally, I was thinking about injecting myself into that position so that we have a little bit more access in those factories, but then again, that would take up a lot of my time.
I do like where your head is at, however. If it seems like someone is on the outs anyway, perhaps it would be good to have a friendly set of eyes and ears on the ground floor.
Fume spins the gear that he stole from the factory between his fingers. Or, I could just plant this in his room and have Oliver do a quick inspection and,
See, this is why I like you.
I hopefully have learned from the best, Miss Salome. If it's one thing I've taken from my extended stay with all of you, it's how to scheme a little bit.
One of my favorite things. All right, so who is about to have a wonderful new position as foreman?
Could be me, could be someone we can choose. Let's bring that
I'm
up.
leaning more for the latter. You do already have a lot on your plate. Work-life balance, please.
Fine, at your request. Let's... Unity done? Unity done this.
Yes, absolutely.
Before we move into that, is there any other downtime actions anyone wants to take?
Okay, factory's full up. We don't have any other clocks going.
I wouldn't mind trying to get rid of this harm. Having -1 to my rolls has been...
Oh yeah, let's
Detrimental.
heal you.
Come get your armor.
I was looking into it, and basically it says that you need to find someone to patch you up, whether it be a physiker or a witch. Who
You know
is
too.
skilled in
Yeah.
healing magic.
We got one of each of those.
We have at least one of each, yeah.
Yeah, so I think for a ghost it would probably have to be glass.
Yeah, that makes
Probably.
more sense. This is more like
Unless
Happy to help.
Unless Fume knows how to patch up a ghost.
I could consult...
Oh, wait.
What's her name?
Actually, I want to run a scene by you between Glass and Grackle, and this is like the perfect setup for it.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
Because I think Glass is gonna try to present a solution to
Okay.
your possession problem.
All right. Well, I've got something for a scene, so I got something to bring to the table. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Table read, here we go. So does Grackle come to Glass, or does Glass have to seek out Grackle and be like, why are you so busted up right now?
I think it's the latter. I think Glass comes to Grackle.
Can I have a word?
I think that Grackle is... she's in her normal corner, and, like, it's the normal like hustle and bustle around the room, and the difference is that Glass is the only one who can see her. Um,
Right.
and the difference being that instead of like keeping a steely eye on everything that's going on, she's sort of like turned like moodily to the side. Um, so Glass approached and said, "Have you got a minute?
Mhm.
What do you need?"
I want to talk to you. You're not in trouble, if that helps.
You want to talk in private or?
Yeah, why don't you come to my room?
Fine. And she just like dissipates into mist, like goes into the vents.
Okay. One of these days she'll act like she doesn't hate my presence. Glass knows that's not true. I'm gonna I'll shut the door. I'll lock it. Are you... Oh, there you are. It's only the two of us. You don't have to hide in the corner.
Like she's still turned slightly away. What do you need?
What happened?
I think there's like a beat. And like you can see her like sort of slump and realize that like she's not going to get out of this one. So she turns towards you, and the crack that had started on her forehead has fissured and spread down her cheek.
It's getting
And
worse.
I'd noticed.
I'm not gonna say anything to anyone if that's what you're worried about. What happened?
This whole ghost thing is harder than I thought.
Right. Glass is kind of like looking her over. Yeah, you're starting to come apart at the seams.
Is there anything you can do?
I don't think I can fix it. But I can try to help you get better at it, at least while you're stuck in this form. This isn't permanent. What were you trying to do? Because you've got the sort of turning into mist thing down.
I think she turns away again and looks a little embarrassed. I was trying to feed.
Ah. I take it didn't work out.
He had a charm.
Well, you're either going to have to be truly miserable and potentially dissipate until we get you into your body, or we can try to get you up to speed. At least so you can feed or potentially... Well, we're going to have to work on the possession too, because it is sort of like you're going to be possessing your own body just permanently. Oh. Here we go. Try it on me.
I don't know if that's... That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Why?
We don't need two people to bring back from the dead.
Well,
And if I get stuck in there, I don't rightly like the idea of being you for the rest of my life.
Ouch. Well, for what it's worth, our clients find me very attractive and agreeable.
Grackle looks like she swallowed a frog.
And I am far and away the most qualified person in the building, if not in the borough, at, manipulating ghosts. You're not gonna get stuck in my body if I don't want you there. And going out and trying to possess random people on the street might eventually get you to where you need to be, but your face is already basically cracked in half. And I'd rather you not destroy yourself before we can get you back into the body I spent a long time working on, actually. And you need practice.
Tell me what to do.
All right. Glass looks so pleased. So pleased. We'll turn the lights off, get some candles going, busy crystals around, put on some music. I'm just...
I want Salome to walk in on this and be like, sorry. Sorry. And just close the door.
All right.
Something wrong.
Normally I'd have you sit, but it feels sort of pointless. I just want you to focus. Normally, it's kind of like a meditation. We've worked on that. But once your mind is quiet, instead of staying in that state, I want you to reach out and try to find mine. Okay? You're part of the ghost field. Now you can manipulate it.
I think she like closes her eyes for a few seconds, and like clearly is troubled by something, and like 100% cannot get to that like head empty, like cleared mind state.
You know anything you say to me doesn't leave this room, right?
I don't want to hurt you.
You won't. You won't. Listen. I brought my own boyfriend back from the dead. I think I can handle a teeny bit of possession. And you know I wouldn't offer the help if I wasn't confident I could give it. You don't want to hurt me, but you're hurting. I could leave it at that, but I know how you are, so in addition to not wanting to see you hurting, if you don't get control of this, you're putting everyone in the building in danger. I tweak my nerves a little bit now. Don't go insane and kill everybody later.
You make a good point.
I usually do.
All right. With this new direction to focus on, Grackle will meditate on that and then move forward.
You eat Grackle.
Yay!
Haha, my plan! It's finally come together! I just kill Grackle.
Do you want to try another attune?
Sure.
Proceed Salome situationship.
Am I helping? Is this helping?
You can.
I'll help.
Is this helping?
Is this helping?
Is this helping?
I'll help.
Butterfly. Is this helping?
I will push myself
Okay.
because I have the drain to do so.
Because I can.
Because I can.
How lovely.
I'd call this risky standard, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll say controlled. We'll say controlled.
controlled. This is a controlled
Love a
attune.
controlled situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm
so we're
imagining they're
getting
both just like sitting cross-legged on Glass's bed, just like staring at each other.
Is it possible to receive help and push yourself at the same time? Have we gone over that?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't.
All right.
You can't push
You can't get help
yourself
from
and get
multiple
it.
sources.
Well, and you can't
Devil's
push yourself
bargain.
and get a devil's bargain.
Yes.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
either or.
Okay.
Correct.
2 bonus dice. It's too vulnerable. Oh, Grackle.
So it's
The
a
power
This is-
fluctuates in the lab.
That's a 1,
That's-
a 2, and a 2.
1, 2, 2 for those of you listening at home.
So that's 5.
Yep.
That's how it works, right? We add them together.
You add them if they're below a certain.
We've been doing
Golf
this for all
rules,
the
golf
whole
rules.
time.
Them
We're
together.
supposed to add them all together.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh, Grackle.
No, I actually love this outcome.
So I'm not gonna go too hard because this is a controlled situation. This is I love the idea that the only attune roll that you're ever gonna succeed on will probably be the one to get you back in your body.
God, I hope so.
That's
God,
the one
I
you're gonna
hope so.
critical on.
I worked hard on
Yeah.
that. We worked really hard on that body. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Fume
could,
did.
yeah, I could just
Yaddy,
be a
yaddy,
ghost for
yaddy.
the rest of my life. That's
Well,
also
you might
possible.
have to be.
Well-
I forgot once again to take a dice away. It's fine. I failed.
Oh yeah, you failed either way. It's not gonna change anything.
Ugh.
Can
You
I take the
Mhm.
consequence?
Well, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I'm gonna go easy because it's a controlled situation. I'm not gonna give you all any harm or anything like that. I think just from here's what I will say. You attempt to possess Glass, and even with Glass being willing, you just cannot figure it out. I think a lot of this is maybe framed under like being a little psychological for
Mhm.
Grackle, is like you are used to being on your own, you're used to not relying on other people, and this is kind of the most like tangible example of needing someone else.
Mhm.
And in that connection, in that brief moment of connection where you are trying to possess, I think Glass sees or experiences something that Grackle has been trying to keep hidden. What is that?
Oh, fuck. I think because of the intimate nature of this moment, I want to say that it's legitimately like her having an intimate moment with Red.
Mm. Yeah. So
Just-
you get,
Just a tangle of limbs in a hayloft.
I think, yeah, you get the flash, like in that moment of connection, something bleeds over from Grackle, and you have like that memory is shared with you, Glass.
So you can smile.
I think she just like backs away from you and like literally a hand just goes over her mouth. Like complete embarrassment.
Are you embarrassed? You've essentially just admitted to a sex worker that you've had sex. It's probably the least embarrassing thing that could happen. I don't mean to make light of it. I think it's best if we prioritize getting you back in your body.
Yeah, I think that's for the best.
Grackle, you can't keep holding on to these old wounds. They're so deep, they're so deep that they're holding your soul at bay. They're keeping your spirit from accomplishing things. That's deep.
I don't know if I know how to do that.
You know I've been you in that situation, right? You know I know exactly how it feels. Not that I handled it any better. But I understand that loss, and I understand what it drives you to. You've seen the things I've done. You can't keep doing this. It's gonna destroy you.
I think I can accept that. So long as I don't take anyone else down with me.
You can accept it all you want. Regardless of whether you go out with a bang or a whisper, you'll be leaving us behind again. You keep saying you don't want to hurt anyone. And I understand, I do. But you are. I don't want to look at you every day, depressed, hiding a cracked face in a corner. You're worth a lot more than that. That's what hurts.
I don't know how not to be that person. I can try to learn. But in the meantime, I think she reaches down, grabs Glass's hand, and just puts it to her cracked face. Can we take care of this?
I'll do my best. It won't be perfect, but you're not afraid of a scar, right?
Just a dead-eyed shake of the face.
Might actually suit you. That's in right now, right? Strong women with scars. Let's see if I can't stitch you back together. I'm gonna try.
All right.
This has gotta be something Glass has never done before.
Yeah, but like the principles of it are the same. I mean, this is all, you know, dealing with the spirit and different methods of control. So I think this would be a tune.
We love
Uh,
a
so
tune.
we're gonna treat this like healing harm as normal. So it will be. Let's see. Where's recover? Recover. Okay. So you're gonna start a healing clock. Glass is gonna roll recover, and the number of segments you get will be based on what Glass rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
Got 4 dice. So this should be fine. That should be all ones. I've got a 5.
5.
There
Okay.
were 2 ones in there.
So that'll be 2 segments on the clock.
The healing clock's only 4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Love that.
Okay, well, it's not done. I think Glass is now like visibly very tired.
Mm-hmm.
It's not done, but it's a start. One more round, I think you should be fine.
It's all a work in progress, right?
It's all we ever are.
All right.
You can leave at any time. You don't have to just sit here if you don't want to.
Right. Just like grabs her hat and like.
Okay.
Good talk.
With that, we'll go ahead and take our break here. And then we'll come back for the Unity Den conversation or any other downtime stuff y'all want to get up to.
Yeah, I can't wait for Grackle to start her number of Sword of Damocles.
All right, everyone. So we will be back very shortly to continue our session. In the meantime, do break stuff, drink some water, have a snack, get some lunch, whatever you need to do. We'll be back here very soon to continue our session. And until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out. That's why we took our break. We are going to jump right back into things. So we've gotten through most of our downtime. Everyone has reduced their stress and or drain and or wear, whatever it's called for everyone at this point. I can't keep track. So I know that Fume and Salome wanted to kind of get the group together to talk about this business at the factory.
Do we just have a button alarm that just that
It's a
rings?
separate bell.
It rings like a what are those like meditation bells?
Oh, like the bowl?
The bowl, yes, there we go. It just sounds like that. It's very calming and soothing.
Bowl.
Yeah.
And it just
I'm
calls everyone
down
to a
with that.
Unity Den.
Yeah.
Love it.
A gentle chime rings out through the building and everyone knows to go to the Unity Den.
Mm-hmm. Holding hands. So, we have a unique opportunity both to install a friendly face, but also to stick it to the Baron.
I mean, it's worked for us once before.
If we could pick the best candidate to become the new foreman of the factory by the docks, anyone come to mind?
Probably someone the Baron doesn't know well.
I would suggest Melvir, but he's kind of been like on the shit list since day one.
He's
Persona
still
non grata.
wanted. Yeah.
Yes, he is wanted. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Baron would absolutely recognize Melvir.
Yes.
I don't have anyone in particular that I personally know that, would function well in Sparcraft, or as a foreman at the very least.
They have to?
It's all managerial things, I
It's
assume.
just about keeping up appearances.
Isn't the point for him to be a shitty foreman?
Oh no, whoever we installed, we would want to be a good foreman in good standing.
At least good enough to keep the job.
Correct. Maybe someone also good enough to slow down progress significantly without having to expose themselves.
And with us getting the current foreman fired for dereliction of duty, we could make it so that dereliction was so great that it would just take a while for the factory to get up and running anyway, even with an excellent foreman.
Yeah, how broken are those machines, Fume?
Well, let's just say there was an explosion.
So pretty much anybody we
I
install is gonna be
might
better
have
than that.
routed some positive into some negative, and you don't want that.
I'll take your word for it. But so anybody we install is going to be better than literally blowing up the machinery.
What about your brother?
Emilian working at the factory.
He's got the brain for it.
He does.
I will remind you that Amelia looks like the
It does look like
that
Fume right now.
Oliver-
Shit.
Oh,
Old
right.
body Fume. Shit. Yeah, never mind. Never mind.
Well, we could give
We've
him
got-
a haircut. We could give him
We've
some.
got that
I mean, again-
face-changing ritual.
We could literally do a Mylera again.
Yeah.
Except we don't have to kill the foreman.
Well, you don't
Get him
have to
fired.
do that. He is in a whole body. You would just have to literally change his face.
You're right.
Also,
We just have to
Just-
take his face.
real
Off.
quick, we do realize that Emilian is functionally a 12-year-old, correct?
That too.
No, I'm sure he could figure it out. There are plenty of children
we
who
whip
start
back
working.
to Victorian era US.
There are plenty of
or
children who
London.
start working in the mines at age 6. He's
I
basically
don't
a
know, old
man.
man. I don't know, old man. You seem to handle it pretty well.
Alright, so an option. We'd have to do a bit of teaching, catching him up to speed, but an option.
And redecorating, but
Oh well. It's easier than actual flesh.
Yes, I've always hated that face.
what about our list of
Hmm.
groups here? We have
We've
a
got
witch.
a bunch of sneaky types, don't we?
We do have some sneaky types. Who's that other
Two.
sort of spy lady that we have?
Where did she go?
We did know a
That would be
spy.
that'd be Esther.
Esther.
Oh, okay.
Expert
my spy.
spy.
Not your spy. No.
No,
Hashtag not my spy.
This is our
Not my spy.
We've got the Grackle. We can't.
Do you remember that spy I used to be a bounty hunter for? Can you imagine I show up as a ghost? I got a job for you.
Wow, things have changed since I saw you last.
I thought you just took care of her horses.
It's like when you go to
I
brunch
did,
with
but I started off as taking care of her horses, but then it evolved into being her bodyguard.
and then didn't you get fired?
I did
Yeah,
get fired.
that's what
Yeah,
you got
because there's
fired
a
from.
little too much heat going on.
I
yeah.
pulled too much heat, yeah.
Right.
And then I couldn't take care of horses
I've got
anymore.
a job for you.
This like showing up at an old friend's house as a ghost is like the equivalent of like your cousin showing up to the family reunion pregnant and you like, didn't know about it. You're like, whoa,
Whoa!
Stuff is
I
different.
need a download of what's been going on.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, so Steiner, I'm going through our team here.
Okay.
The Grackles probably not.
Probably not.
Steiner,
No,
total no go.
Grackle's in a trench coat.
Yeah. Also
We can't-
wanted.
Steiner, no. Smash and Grab and Co. I don't think we should. I don't
They're
think the sculpts-
better utilized elsewhere. Yeah.
we do have
Do we
Esther
have
a spy.
rooks?
We
Esther could be
we
good.
do have the rooks, yeah. So we've
Rooks,
got
rooks
Esther.
are for espionage, right?
I think so. I did put Buttercup, comma a horse for some reason.
Is technically.
Why?
Buttercup
did I do
counts
that?
as a cohort.
apparently this is apparently this was the formula I was following because it says Esther, a spy, Buttercup, a horse, Kellen, a witch.
Yeah.
What was it? What is this fun like thing I'm doing?
If we can get
And then we have
Buttercup
Jack Dawn the
sway
Rooks.
high enough, could we convince everyone that Buttercup is the
Is
foreman?
both one alive and two a human being.
Actually,
There's a horse in the hospital.
I don't see anywhere in the rule book where it says horse can't be a factory foreman.
True. There's no
I will
rule.
say, I think Wings is onto something with the rooks though, because
Yeah.
their edges and flaws also make them good for this. Because they're loyal and independent, and their flaws are principled and savage.
Their whole job is espionage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we
could tap
replace
one
more
of them.
than just the foreman?
To replace the entire like management
floor.
level. It's all our rooks.
I'm down for
Hey,
this.
it's one of the strongest chess pieces.
It is.
Although they tend to only think in straight lines.
Which is why they're principled. So
That's a quote from Dragon Age. That's just straight out of Dragon Age Veilguard. We're doing Dragon
love
Age
it.
again today. What should we send a rook? Should we tap one of our rooks?
Yeah, let's do it.
that sounds great.
Doing.
She's putting her resume down to be the foreman, actually.
Can see her.
Realize, like,
Oh my
oh my
gosh,
goodness,
Hey, buddy.
that's
what's
so
up?
tall.
that's too tall.
How'd you get up
Get down.
She's
Get down
she's
from that.
high. She's like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm high.
Do not jump to this other chair.
She's thinking about it.
She's
She's
thinking about it
thinking
really
about it.
hard.
Let's send a rook.
Yeah, let's tap a rook.
All right.
Okay. So I think for this, so you're wanting to take somebody from one of the unnamed NPCs in your gang there, and wanting to establish them as the new foreman. Is
Yes.
that kind of okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this as a long-term project.
Cool.
I think that makes the most sense in this
We gotta
case. It's
name-
not really worth doing a job about.
Yeah.
Just a
So-
plant, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my gosh, they're the industry plant.
They are an industry plant.
let's
Corporate
You
espionage.
got a
So
name?
someone's gonna have to use you'll have to use a downtime action to get this started.
Yeah. I'll pay a coin for it.
I
Oh,
think
we've still got the two
freebies.
freebies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the free ones,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
We gotta name this person.
Elliot.
Oh, that's fun.
Elliot.
Elliot.
With two T's.
Okay.
Two T's, yes.
How many segments do I want?
Two L's, two T's.
Two L's, two T's. Two.
I don't
too
think this
easy.
is gonna be.
EELL.
IOOGT.
I won't make this incredibly difficult. We'll just make this a 6-segment clock.
Cool.
Um.
I kind of think we should just continue on like installing shadow puppets in the institutions across the city until
Honestly,
eventually we
I
just
like
own
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's
then the
it's
whole
exactly
city is
what
ours. The Baron has
it's
to
exactly
go.
what we told the voice is like we're on the inside so that we can start digging through and weakening everywhere.
Start replacing people.
Yeah.
Oh, we're the
It's
institute.
working out so far.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Are we the bad
Uh-oh.
guys? Wait.
Yes, we're absolutely bad guys.
Wait,
It's a little late
guys,
to
wait,
be
wait.
asking that question.
Wait. Are
We're
we
playing
the baddies?
Blades in the Dark.
Wait. Is that what crime is?
Okay. Yeah. So we'll need someone to make a roll for this first
Let's-
action.
Oh, do we get to
Alright.
decide what the role is, right? When we're working on clocks.
Yeah, on this one, it can be whatever makes sense for what you all are trying to accomplish.
Well, what is the end goal?
We gotta get Elliot good at being a mediocre boss.
Yes.
Like turning Elliot into a foreman, basically.
yes. And also sabotaging the current foreman so that he gets fired.
I could spy on the current foreman and like learn what their duties are and basically figure out what to put on the resume.
That's true.
Love that. Love that.
We could
Insider
also
knowledge.
it would be through a different method, but we have done this before. You could haunt him and make everybody think he's fucking crazy.
We could do that.
I
An
did.
oldie but a goodie.
Hey,
Did you stash the gear that I stole in his quarters, and then I could be like, "Hey, I heard this thing."
he did it on purpose.
Frame him.
Hey,
It's a classic us move.
we're bringing we're bringing out the hits for this
Yep.
job. I think this is
Yep.
gonna be the greatest hits. Now, can we involve a train?
These are gonna be the things that like, like in retrospect will be like investigated, and it's all like it's got all of the hallmarks of this particular group.
Oh, it's
We don't
our
know
MO.
who they are, but it's their MO.
When they make the documentary about us,
Yeah.
when they invent TVs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, it's like
Yes.
it's like a radio drama.
No. There's going to be a podcast about the obedient servants.
Don't you love it when you're riffing and one of your friends just holds up a finger and says, "No." No.
To be fair, that happens. That happens to me a lot.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was just the pause after it that made me want to really hang a lantern
Oh.
on it.
To be fair,
I know what you were
it's
actually saying.
necessary.
It's just so funny. You're like, no.
All right.
No.
So
I'm
who is-
anti-improv, man.
I need to know who's taking this action and what they're rolling.
Do you want to do this one, Grackle, first to start?
I can open it up with some spying.
Yeah.
Do
I'll
it.
I'll do a survey.
Hunt its ass
Survey.
down.
Survey. Yeah, I'm fine
A
with that.
survey. I'll do a survey.
Survey?
Survey.
Which one
I
is
still
it?
have. I
It's
still have minus
survey,
one to
right?
my- Yeah.
Oh shit, we were gonna heal you first, weren't we?
Well,
No, we already did that.
We did that.
Oh.
Well, we
I
started
mean,
that.
we could have poured coin into it and
Yeah.
like really tried, but
That's true.
No,
didn't
let's
do that.
Let's heal you up. No, let's heal you up first
We've
before we
got
do
both
this.
of the free ones.
Yeah, we've got 2 freebies, and then we all also have coin. Yes, let's
wait,
heal
we
you
still
up. So
have we still have freebies?
Oh,
we have
yeah.
2 freebies, so
That-
we could use one for this,
the
one
pa-
to heal you.
The past 3 hours of bullshit was just the regular stuff.
Yeah.
GM, I'm sorry. We
Let's-
spent all this time on a scene unpacking Grackle's troubles with intimacy. I would now like to heal.
That was it's part of the healing. Listen.
Yes.
Spiritual healing is good for
Spiritual
physical healing.
Okay, so
When
let's
you're
crank
a
out some
spirit,
attune
that's all
rolls.
there
We'll just do
is.
these real quick.
I got you.
So Glass, go ahead and roll. So this will be the first freebie.
Yep.
Go and
This
roll.
is for fixing Grackle. I got 2 6s.
Nice.
Oh,
I have
I
fixed.
So I
fixed
think
her.
with recover, that's 5 segments. So,
Whoa.
and that carries over. So you had two.
I'm healing your other injuries.
So you
I
had
only have
two.
one.
Oh, well.
Oh, I thought you had 2 injuries.
I resisted that injury.
Right. Yes, you did. Okay, you're
For
good.
some reason, I thought you still had the head injury.
Glass literally said, "I can fix her."
I can fix
It
her.
was the head injury.
That was the
we're-
head injury.
That was
The
the
other
head
one you
injury.
resisted. I forgot that you
The
resisted.
other one I
that
resisted.
Right.
Okay, there you go. Grackle's better.
Yay!
Wow,
Okay. So
I actually did fix it.
did we want to use the last freebie on something?
Well, so you can use the last freebie on this.
On the clock. On the new
on the
clock.
clock,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Got it. Okay. So, survey. I'm going to survey
Survey.
with no
Sous vide.
detriments.
We're gonna sous vide the foreman.
How about a critical?
Wow, it's coming back. Okay.
A ghost.
We need to get a bunch of
I'm
stuff done
sneaking.
right now before the luck leaves.
Well,
I'm
that's-
in the vents. I'm in the walls.
She
I'm
is
in
the
the
wall.
pipes. I'm in your drawers.
That's another
your
5.
mind.
That's 5 segments on this clock.
Oh, we are spending a coin to fill this. Like,
Oh, wait,
come
no,
on. It's
hold on.
so-
Yeah,
oh
we're
yeah,
gonna
you got your
have-
thing.
I'm gonna snipe that pip, baby.
Done. One and
Yeah.
done.
So I think what happens is Grackle, you ghost stalk the current foreman for a couple days and find the
Ghost stalk feels the same to me as saying like gay sex. Like it's just stalking. It doesn't matter if you're a ghost. I'm so sorry. That was such an intrusive thought.
Fair enough.
It just felt the same to me.
I'm moving on before I get accused of being homophobic now.
I'm just on a quest to make the internet hate you.
Yeah. Yes, you were able to find like the exact time and place to where Fume can just slip it to get this over the finish line. Just slips in, drops the gear in a hidden enough place that it looks like it was being hidden, but easy enough for someone to find. Tip off
Under the mattress.
Oliver, and you get this the current foreman, fired. And with your I'm gonna assume that based on the fact that we didn't really have to do any work on it, is that Elliot used to work at a factory anyway, like is actually overqualified for this position.
It's like a real natural.
Yeah, and you didn't really have to do much work, just walks in, gets the job, easy peasy. So you have established Elliot as the new foreman.
We know how to pick them.
This factory.
I have a question because I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
The foreman of the factory.
Uh-huh.
Bad guy? We know anything about him?
No, we don't.
Do I need to feel bad about getting this man fired?
Never met this character before.
Okay.
In your stalking, did we find out that he's one of those folks that like was trying to get a good job?
I am realizing that we could have just paid him off.
I'm gonna do a fortune roll just to see.
We could have just paid off the foreman.
That's a 2. He was an extremely nice guy.
Okay, so we're gonna hire him. We're gonna hire him then. Yeah, we're gonna hire him.
He can manage the bathhouse.
We get him fired.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
And then as he's like walking out, we offer him a job.
You're like, hey, so that was really fucked up in there.
Wow.
We won't treat you like that.
No,
they didn't.
You want dental? Yeah,
we need a man.
Okay.
We do.
Dental?
Yeah, you guys are right. We do need a manager for the bathhouse. Why didn't we just pay off the foreman?
This is y'all's MO. In truth, is
why didn't we do it this way?
To fuck over people only to turn around
and make their life like 10 times better.
It's like it's really sinister in like a fun way.
It's very sinister because essentially y'all fuck over people to ruin their lives and then put their lives back together, but now they owe you.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
That's
it's
really what
and you would think by this point we would have thought, why don't we just pay the guy who's already doing the job? Can't do that.
I drag their names to the mud.
It's got to be one of our. I feel like it does make sense for this specific group though, because I feel like if they're not our person 100% from the beginning, we don't trust them.
We're loyal.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
chat.
You make
benign malevolence.
Yeah.
You will be loyal.
You will be loyal.
You will be loyal to us. Okay. Well.
Yeah, that's how we're the bad guys. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's how we're the bad guys.
We did put obedient right in the name.
Yeah. We did.
Do you all sometimes think that our tactics are a little problematic? Says Fume as he's slicing into like something.
A little.
Absolutely. But they work.
Oh, we're extremely
I always
problematic.
thought you guys just grew a conscience right after doing horrible things.
No, it's been there. It just usually gets like overridden and then pops back online.
Just when you do this much crime, eventually the conscience just starts to be It's not that we keep growing consciences, it's that we're fucking stupid.
Speaking of consequences,
that we don't learn.
Oh no.
We do not learn.
Since we've done all of our normal downtime actions before we start getting into whatever sort of job y'all are planning on doing next. Glass.
I love it when this happens. I love when you pause and we're waiting on you to call a name.
I just flip a coin in my head.
It's really exciting because you go, actually. And then if there's a pause of more than 3 seconds, I know you're about to call on one of us.
We'll see at the jewelry box currently. I always get the butler's names wrong because I've done this to myself.
Derek.
In different games. Derek comes back towards like your quarters or wherever you're at in the jewelry box.
I'm always just haunting the place.
It says, there was a letter delivered for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
Hands over to you, walks away. You look down at a like ebony black envelope.
Ooh. Okay. We'll
Letter
see if the
is
substance
sealed.
matches the style.
Sealed with like a gilded stamp. You break the seal, open the letter, and again on this black parchment with white ink, you see in a very neat script a letter from the Dimmer sisters, giving you a time and a date at which they request your presence.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna get fired?
You don't work for them?
You know, you make a good point.
They offer you a job just to fire you.
I can't have 3 jobs. I already have 2.
But yeah, they give you a time and a date.
All right. Then I will attend.
All right.
Does it say anything else?
No.
Dress code?
No.
Okay, then I dress really nice.
Okay.
Glass lives under the same rule that I do, which is it is always possible to be underdressed. It is never possible to be overdressed. You will simply just be the best dressed person in the room.
A few days later, you head across the city, heading through the checkpoints, crossing from Crowsfoot to Charter Hall. Assuming you're not trying to smuggle anything through that you shouldn't have on you.
I don't know what I would have that I don't
Weapons
usually have.
and stuff like that.
Glass actually very rarely carries weapons. I do always bring the lightning hook everywhere, but specifically because in the description of the one that the Whisper gets, it's foldable and discreet. It's like a little similar to something.
Okay, you want to try to smuggle that through?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a
Not going
finesse roll.
to a literal haunted house without something. Finesse. I'm good at that. Five.
Okay, I'm gonna say in order to get either you can leave it behind or you can pay off the guard to get through.
Oh, I'll pay off the card.
Okay. We'll say a coin.
How about a coin and a business card?
Rejects the business card. You head through these guards.
Fine,
I think
Glass will remember this.
head to the bridge.
I
leading
give
from
that guard's
Crowsfoot
partner
and
my
Charter
business
Hall.
card.
There are the blue coats that are present there. They're the ones that are kind of like running the checkpoint. Very like regimented and like armored. You see like helms on, the like iconic, the blue jackets. They are kind of checking people as they're coming through the point, but you also see about 6 of the iron coats at the checkpoint as well, kind of keeping the peace and stuff here. Just at attention on either side as they are checking your person and moving you through. So you head like through the queue there. They find the luckily enough, I'll say, with the lightning hook. If this had been like a gun or something more like, anything occult or something that's more illegal, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I'd bring the hook, but I leave the spirit bottles at home.
Yeah, this might have been more of a problem, but they see this. Basically, you slip the guard some cash and head across the bridge. Getting into Charter Hall and then over towards Six Towers, you catch a gondola up to the Dimmer Sisters Manor house again. The ominous kind of rusted gates closing off the walled perimeter of the house. As you disembark from the gondola, you see coming out from the house, as is the appointed time, a woman in black dress, black hat, the veil over her face, moves towards the gate, unlatches and opens it for you, and says, "Please follow me."
Of course. Lovely to see you again.
It's a pleasure to see you too. Leads you inside and says, "How are things?"
In general, busy, but good, I would say.
Excellent to hear. She doesn't say much else as she leads you through the cramped halls and the shelves stacked with relics and antiquities and all sorts of strange objects, body parts pickled in jars and things of that nature. Back into that same sitting room that you've been in before, with the large hearth, crackling fire, and 2 sitting chairs. And sitting in one of the chairs, waiting for you, is another one of the Dimmer sisters. Again, hard to distinguish those. I mean, all their appearance, like they don't have like a uniform, but all wear black and fully obscured faces. This sister leads you towards the one sitting in the chair and then excuses herself as the one in the chair looks up towards you and says, "Please sit. Thank you for attending on such short notice."
Of course.
We have a request for you. It's, some personal business for a client of ours.
Right. And what's the nature of the request?
You're familiar with the... I believe they were one of your former cohorts. Went by a few names, but Grackle was, I believe, what they called themselves around you. You may also
Yes.
know her as Jack.
What of her?
A bit of news has reached us, and we believe that she may have passed to the other side.
Yes, she did.
So you're aware?
Of her death? Yes.
Interesting.
I know a
Well,
lot of things.
the word that has reached us is that her spirit has been seen in the city. It appears that she has not fully passed beyond. We are requesting your services in capturing and retrieving this spirit for us.
For your client, you mean?
Yes.
I imagine you're not going to tell me who that is.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
That's all right. Miss Salome always says my imagination runs wild, so just come up with something fun.
Are you willing to do this for us?
Of course.
Very well. We would like this by the end of the week, if you could.
I'll put it high on the list of priorities.
Excellent.
Any particular stipulations, or just captured?
Capture the spirit and bring it to us here. We will deal with the rest.
All right, easy enough.
Is there anything else we can assist you with while you're here?
Not that I can think of at the moment, but I imagine you'll owe me a favor.
We can work out proper payment for the favor.
All right. I'll think on it. And you will have your spirit by the end of the week.
Thank you. And if there's nothing else, she excuses you and allows you to leave.
I am bolting home.
Mm-hmm. You head back across town to the jewelry box where you find the others.
I ring the emergency meeting bell, which I imagine sounds different from the nice Unity Den one. This is the emergency Unity Den bell.
An aggressive chime.
Yeah.
It's
It's
in
just
a
me hitting the
minor
bell
key.
harder.
Yeah.
I hit a minor key, yeah.
Everyone gathers in the Unity Den.
Who died?
Grackle.
Or who's alive again?
Potentially Grackle. We have an emergency. Grackle, are you here somewhere?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I like the idea that I can always see where Grackle is, and I'll just keep doing that bit. We have a problem. A Grackle-related problem. I was summoned to meet with the Dimmer sisters earlier this evening. And they wish for me to do a job for them, or for one of their clients. And I have a sneaking suspicion that that client might be the Baron.
What's the job?
Capture Grackle's ghost and bring it to the Dimmer sisters by the end of the week.
Oh, it's most certainly for the Baron.
So, unless you want that, we have some work to do.
Who else knows about this job?
No one, as far as I'm aware. The letter came straight from the sisters. I met with one of them. That's basically all the information she gave me.
Does anyone know it's you? Does the Baron know it's you?
Doubtful.
Then do it. They're on the list.
An infiltration. You do know how many Dimmer sisters there are.
All the better reason to get me in there and have me take them out all at once.
You know they are like an institution of the city.
They're on the list.
All right.
I just sort of worry what will happen to everything they have access to without them there. So, if we're going to take them out, well, that's going to need to be part of the plan.
Lord Skurlock.
And there's our solution.
If he is unable to oversee everything that they have cooking, as it were, then I'm sure he knows someone who could.
And so, for a third time, we plan to take out a city institution and replace it with one of our own.
If I had a coin for every time that would happen, I'd have 3 coins.
Which would be a lot of coin.
Which would be a lot of coin.
Grackle, are you
4.
sure you want to do this?
No question about it.
Alright. We have 1 week.
I say we get Lord Skurlock on board first.
I've been meaning to call on him anyway.
And I'm certain if anyone in the city might have some idea of what the Dimmer sisters have, what plates they have spinning, he would be the one to ask as well.
So, knowing what he keeps in his basement, he'll be good for the job.
Oh, do we know about that?
I think Glass is the only one.
We could
What
also...
on earth does he have in his basement?
You don't want to know.
We could also possibly ask him if, in his knowledge base, anything about completely eradicating the spirit and machinery of that nature.
I don't know if I follow Fume.
Remember when we made the discovery that Night Market was completely devoid of all energies?
Yes.
Yes, well, maybe Skurlock would know something about that. He
Possible.
is quite book-learned.
I would be shocked if he hadn't. Wait. Did I tell him about that? I feel like I did. But I don't know if it's because I actually did or if I just feel like that's something I would have done.
We can imagine that you've probably told him something about that.
I just imagine any weird phenomena like that. Glass is automatically like, boy, do I have something fun for you today. Half of Night Market's completely silent with no spiritual energy.
Y'all want to go see Skurlock then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take the boat.
Send a bird, let him know we're coming. He probably already knows. I get the feeling that he is like tracking Glass in some way.
You'll never know.
But I think Glass
Tiny-
assumes that Skurlock is tracking them somehow.
I think Skurlock just has like full surveillance of the entire city, but on a 12-second delay, which is why it takes him like the 12 seconds to get to the door every time.
So you grab get on the boat and head across the city to the and head across the city to Skurlock's. Again, we don't. Y'all are in the middle of a score right now, but you do find the patrols along the rivers. Your boat gets stopped at some point by those patrols, and you are searched for any illicit cargo or contraband. Assuming you don't have any.
For
of that
once, we
on
don't
you.
have any.
No.
No. We're just gonna go. We have a bottle of wine.
Unless
They
these are
take
the
it.
thought police.
But you continue to Skurlock's, arriving at the front door to his manor house. You ring the bell.
12 seconds later.
The door opens exactly the same time as always, and standing there unflustered is Lord Skurlock. Says, "Oh, good evening, everyone.
We
Please
have
come in."
a lot to update you on.
I usually assume that's the case when you all come to pay me a visit.
Fume will hand them the wine they procured.
I was
for
literally
tonight.
about to say, we brought wine.
We brought wine.
Ah, thank you. I will open this up for us.
May I use your kitchen to make a charcuterie?
We're over
says-
here enough. We just like go in the kitchen and like get snacks.
He says, "Oh, I've already prepared hors d'oeuvres." As you head in, you see the front room has a nice little spread of finger foods already laid out. He walks across the room to fetch some wine glasses. He comes back. You didn't even see him open it, but the wine bottle's already opened and decanted as he pours everyone a glass.
Moves fast.
I just feel like he lives in the Beauty and the Beast house and is like keeping it secret. Like that's his big secret. It's not that he's a vampire, it's that he's like crazy
His
magical
furniture
and
is
all of his
alive?
furniture is like possessed by ghosts.
The clock in the corner shifts suspiciously.
Yeah.
The
Candelabra wishes to sing.
This is gonna be the new thing that Glass fixates on, but he's just glad that Glass isn't just calling him a vampire anymore. Now he's
as you
beast.
all sit with your food and wine, he says, "So, what new atrocities are we bringing with us today?"
Fill him in.
Collective spiritual, literal spirit hive mind somewhere out in the old town has
right.
commissioned us, and is
And that's not even the
actively-
most fucked up thing that's happened this week.
So you did make contact with the voice?
Correct.
Interesting. How was that experience?
Terrifying. I loathed every second of it, and I watched desiccated corpses pool blood into a cup for some eldritch ritual. So, like a 7 out of 10.
See, I would say mildly unsettling. But corpses don't really bother me.
Where did the blood come from? The corpses were desiccated.
Sure they have a stock somewhere.
Wow.
Sorry, blood doesn't bother me either.
If you have the time at some point, I'd love for a written account of your experience so that I might...
Go. Fume's got a file, yep.
Thank you. Pleasure to work with you as always. He sets that to the side.
Oh,
He says,
this is our findings of the new factory.
Do you have my sketches in there of the bodies?
Ah, here you go.
It's not like scientific in any way. It's just like I've sketched a portrait of the bodies sitting at the table. It's a fun art piece now.
This is the posterity bag. It holds all the evidence for posterity reasons.
Some people are visual learners.
This is a material component from whenever we cast exposition.
A bag of sulfur dust.
well, seems that you've been very busy. I don't imagine this is all that you have come here to share with me.
Unfortunately, we've got a problem. Well, we also do have a solution to the problem. But
Grackle uncharacteristically chimes in. How do we kill the Dimmer sisters?
It looks to Grackle, looks back to the rest of you. Is this the reason for your visit?
partially.
The sisters, on behalf of what we're absolutely, almost entirely certain is
I'm
the
entirely
Baron,
certain.
have tasked us with tracking down Grackle's spirit and bringing it to them.
Which means that they know her spirit is here, and they're doing this on behalf of a client, which means that client also knows that her spirit is here.
You know what? I just realized something interesting.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can Grackle not come into
No,
Skrillex' house?
Grackle, this is your first time at Skrillex, right?
He's seen her dead before.
I think we
Last
had
time-
him come
yeah.
over
He knows.
last time.
Last time he was at the jewelry box, she was already a ghost.
Oh,
I
so
don't
this
know
is
if I
my
brought
first
this-
time at Skrillex is dead.
Well, I don't think I brought this up last time, and I forgot about it.
Oh no.
We might have to retcon something. Because Grackle, you cannot see or hear Skurlock.
What?
What?
Wait, why?
That does not change much.
What?
That does not change much in the
I completely forgot about this if you had an interaction with Skurlock last time.
I don't think Grackle spoke to him at all.
I think
Well,
it's a safe bet to say she didn't.
But that'd be so weird that like everyone's talking at Skurlock and Grackle's like,
What the
okay.
hell?
I think that the way that we rectify this is that she, like, it's gone on for too long at this point. She's too embarrassed to bring it up.
We were all talking
So-
about the last time we had Skurlock over for dinner, and Grackle's like, the fuck are you guys talking about?
So when she says, "How do we kill the Dimmer sisters?" she says it completely to the wrong chair.
Are you,
Grackle.
you alright?
Skurlock can clearly see and hear Grackle. Just wanting to point, like he catches that.
So from
and, like,
Grackle's perspective, the door just opened itself.
yeah.
We said hi to Skurlock and went in and are now like sitting around having wine and
Uh-huh.
charcuterie, but he's
Grackle
not there.
see random bits of food floating up to a mouth.
Yeah, what about the objects he's interacting with?
You see those moving?
Maybe he was a vampire.
Creepy. Amazing.
This is a vampire ability, isn't it? I was right.
You've seen you see well, fuck, what's his name?
He might also be
Jackdaw.
just like warded to shit.
Well, yeah, but this is like an
Against
ancient
spirits.
vampire
That makes the most sense, is that he's warded
against like completely against ghosts.
Yeah.
Grackle, are you all right?
He's... Which chair is he sitting in?
Third one to the left.
What do you mean? Which chair? We're on either side of Grackle, like both talking in her ear at the same time. What do you mean? Which chair is he in? He's right there. Is this a joke? Are you doing a joke?
Grackle doesn't
It's
do
funny, but poorly
bits.
timed.
No, she will be unable to perceive me.
Is this a
Oh?
vampire thing?
It's not a vampire. It's not a vampire. I'm not a vampire.
You know I don't believe you. Grackle, how... You've not been able to see him the entire time.
You didn't notice until now.
You know what? You're right. You are correct.
That is the most Grackle response. I didn't really notice till now.
So
You know, I
when
was
we
just
get
checking.
home,
Just checking.
Grackle, when we get home, we're gonna go through the list of everyone we know, and we're gonna find out who you can and can't see.
This is actually great intel to have. Can you like make an exception?
No. It doesn't really work like that.
Right.
It's not something I'm in control of.
Oh,
Oh.
you can't hear that.
Is a vampire thing.
I'm just saying that out of character. I'm sorry.
Not a vampire,
It
just
is
a
a vampire
very,
thing.
a very old protection that is very permanent.
I imagine it starts down in the basement. Hmm?
What is in the basement?
I just keep making jokes and then not explaining. Sorry, Glass loves to feel like the smartest person in the room.
If somebody wishes to interpret for
I
Grackle,
shall, it's fine.
It's an interpreter, but she's just saying identically what he is saying.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
repeating it.
yeah.
Oh no, it's gonna change a little bit.
It just the fact that he's also speaking the same language as us makes it like infinitely funnier.
You're serious in your goal to destroy the Dimmer Sisters.
More like replace.
That's why we said we think you might be part of the plan.
Someone is going to need to be the shepherd of whatever it is they have trapped in those walls. All sorts of knowledge.
The greatest resource that the Dimmer Sisters have is themselves, so the curios and other oddities they keep within the confines of their manor imagine to be quite valuable, but
You don't imagine they have whatever thing that Glass keeps referencing in your basement in theirs.
I'm unsure. I've never stepped foot within their home, and I have no intention of.
Is it because they would know you were a vampire? I don't say it. I don't say it. I keep that in my head.
Well, if you believe the rumors, it's more likely that they are.
It wouldn't surprise me. But they are working for the Baron, and as such, must be eliminated. Simply trying to mitigate some of the fallout by having a replacement ready.
Yes. How overt do we wish this to be?
I mean, people are going to notice. Perhaps,
Theoretically.
Perhaps not right away.
Yes.
Are they? People only see the Dimmer Sisters if they go into the manor.
True, I actually don't imagine they send out invitations like mine very often.
So we
Very
just
few
shut
people
the
are.
doors of the manor for good. Sorry, I'm speaking over him, but I can't hear him.
No, you're right, you're right.
Very few people are invited within the confines of their home, and the ones that enter uninvited never leave.
Are you with us in this?
I have no reason to stand against you. I will offer you my financial support. I can't promise you or guarantee your success in this endeavor, but
Oh no, we're plenty capable of succeeding on our own. I mean, in the aftermath. Something is going to have to be done with everything. We can't simply leave
if you wish
it.
to bring it here, I will catalog it, confirm what is of use, and make sure it doesn't end up in the wrong hands.
I believe you are the only person in the city we would trust with this.
It is very kind of you to say so.
Simply facts.
I wish I could offer you more assistance in knowing what you will encounter in there. Unfortunately, though, it seems that if you are to target them, you will have to do so on their terms.
We've done more with less.
Is there any other questions or assistance I can provide?
Pat on the back for good luck.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
in our recent surveys of the night market, we found that there is 0 spiritual energy. We have surmised that the Baron is using some sort of device to essentially delete things.
Yes, I was aware that there was some sort of disruption to the ghost field in Night Market. And I also have been aware that a similar phenomenon is now originating from White Crowd.
That can't be good.
In your honest opinion, Lord Skurlock, do you think that this phenomena is a byproduct of something? Is it a defensive measure? Hell, is it an offensive measure?
It's uncertain to say. I do not know Lord Meriden well enough to hypothesize on his reasons for creating such a phenomenon. However, I can think of only a few reasons why something like this would be happening. Either this is Sparkcraft developed to its ultimate purpose, which is to protect the people of the city from the effects of the supernatural, and he's created a rather efficient means of doing so, capable of fully ridding the spirit from any sort of spectral forms or anomalies. Otherwise, it could be the byproduct of a ritual or some other mechanism meant to contain or draw in that power. Have you seen the device firsthand?
Not as of yet, but now that my interest has been piqued, it's on the list.
Anything that I would say would merely be theorizing.
Yeah, same
without
as
knowing.
some of the things I'm hypothesizing. I'll try and find a way to find said device and get some more intel back to you.
Well, if you do learn more, then at least on the occult side of things, I can provide my knowledge and assistance. As well as the technological side, I imagine that's more of your area speciality.
Mm-hmm. Mm. How dressed up do I need to be for our little chat with the Demo Sisters?
Yeah, suppose that depends on our approach.
I think I have a pretty accurate idea of the voltage needed to at least disable a vampire.
What about an
If-
entire family of them?
I mean, at that point, I just might go wild. Actually, how far is the Dimmer Sister residence from here?
From here, not too far. They are in Six Towers, just in a different district. I was sort of placing them further set. So, like, if Lord Skurlock was like up this area, then the Dimmer Sisters I was putting like down here.
Oh, okay. Fume is going to walk up to one of the big bay windows and just push them open slightly, looking out. It would take some doing, but I think the power on me might be able to do it now. It just really depends on... he tightens his fist, the arm starts to slide away as that, like, electroplasmic coil pops out, and he'll just point it down the street. It really depends on how many casualties you want.
As few as possible.
He'll bend his arm back and it'll form back into a hand.
I'd also prefer not to originate such a spectacle from my residence.
Yeah. It's an option.
We'll come up with something fun.
Give me enough power and no one can escape me. I muse darkly to myself as I walk back to my seat.
I thought we had talked about you starting to journal. You know you're supposed to write it down. Right? You don't say it out loud.
Fume pulls out his journal and just starts...
Okay. I do like the idea of him just like narrating his actions all the time.
This will turn into like a noir sometime.
However, what he didn't know was that we could hear him and everything he said the entire time. He wasn't, in fact, doing an inner monologue. He was just speaking out loud.
Oh shit, that was my outside voice? I'd like to think for Halls, it's really hard for them to recognize inside and outside voice.
Probably.
Is there anything else you want to deal with while you are at Skurlock's here? Or do we get into some planning in kind of a nebulous time space?
Could we all do the planning on the chessboard?
Can we talk? Can we do some like research with Skurlock about the sisters in general, since he
Yeah,
seems to know a
we
little
can-
bit about them?
We can get into Lord sort of like heist planning with anything y'all want to do for gathering information before you go into this, and kind of, Ocean's 11 this, if anybody wants to scope out the house or look for any information that Skurlock might have.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 side cut. You get a butthole, another butthole. Just animate all the buttholes.
Yep. The lady said more buttholes, Sam.
Okay, so what sort of gathering information do you all want to do? What do you want to know?
Could I use consort as kind of chatting up Lord Skurlock?
I mean, Lord Skurlock's just going to give you the information that you
Oh, that's true.
are wanting.
Okay, then maybe a consort with, I don't know, any of the folks we know. Maybe Kellen knows some folks that might have
Yeah,
more info if needed.
She a witch?
Yeah. We could look into that. That will we can do a consort there.
Hear me out. We disguise Kellen, and then we install her as one of the Dimmer sisters. And then we also own them. No, we can't. They're on the list.
They're on the list.
They must
They
be
gotta go.
eradicated.
They gotta go.
They're on the list.
Okay. That is a 5.
Okay.
Trying to think of a way to how to dispose the Dimmer sisters, and then we offer them a job.
Capture their ghosts and then use them for shit.
Offer
It's
them
so
up to the
easy.
voice.
Okay, so mixed success in consorting with Kellen. So I think she has some limited information on the Dimmer sisters. Basically what she tells you is that, like, she doesn't really deal with them. She avoids that. I mean, Glass has had some very fortunate interactions with the Dimmer sisters, but that is not like the norm for their interactions. Mostly they don't, very few people are allowed into their home. They mostly deal with, they have some witches and apothecaries that are in their service. I think Kellen probably says that at some point she was approached to sort of work for the Dimmer sisters, and turned that down. But they have people like around the city that they work with, but they don't leave really. They have there's one sister that deals with kind of the outside people, like the one that Glass dealt with, Rosalind. She mostly deals, like, anyone that comes to the manor, she speaks with them, sends them on their way, but they don't leave the manor house. That is and they keep all their secrets and stuff within. I'm trying to think what else Kellen might know. She knows some of the rumors about them. I mean, they are an old faction within the city, have been around for a long time. They mostly deal with the trading of spirits. Anyone who like, you guys have encountered some of this. There's a large amount of the underground, the black market within Dustfall that buys and sells captured spirits for a variety of purposes. They are the biggest name in that trade. So most people, I would say, deal with, any sort of like illicit vendor might have a couple of spirit bottles with being able to, that they might buy or sell on the side to witches and whispers and occultists as they need them. The Dimmer sisters deal with captured spirits in the dozens or the hundreds. They're very big name in this trade. Um, thinking of anything else. Yeah, I think on a mixed success, that's what you got.
I think Salome is taking from that there has to be a reason that they do not leave the property, not just spookiness. So that is maybe something that we need to consider.
I'm just gonna spend some time with Lord Skurlock in his library.
Mhm.
Can I aggregate, like, folk tales about the Dimmer Sisters through Duskfall's history to see if there's any, like, commonality between the legends?
Sure. Yeah. Study?
Yes, study.
Again, risky standard. We'll assume risky standard for most of these.
Yeah. Hey, a 6.
6. Okay. With 6. Yeah. So yes, they have this family. You aren't really sure. Like, it's the Dimmer Sisters is a collective of only women that live and reside in this house. As far as you know, there's no like birth record or family lineage or anything like that ties to this family or this collective. There's not even really anything about like recruiting, like anyone that used to be a Dimmer Sister or became a Dimmer Sister or something. They are a
Always
faction.
3.
Hmm?
Is there just always 3 Dimmer Sisters?
No, I don't think people even know how many there are. Like the precise number of Dimmer Sisters. And Glass has seen this too. Like when Glass was briefly there, you saw a few women that were attending the play, but they're all dressed slightly different. Like you could tell these were different women. And that there were a number of them in this house.
Yeah, one of my skills is telling women apart.
I'm very, very dedicated about learning the differences between women.
I just kind of believe that like women are individuals.
By the way,
Sorry.
Sinner's meatloaf.
It's impressive.
Women are very impressive.
So the exact or the precise number of how many sisters are a part of this group is unknown. There's also not like a singular leader to this group. There's not like a name is like this is the person in charge. Certain names pop up that have been like referenced as members of this group. Like they all have individual names, but only the ones that deal with anyone on the outside are ever like known. Again, nobody that's ever really gone. They don't really let people in the doors to get interviews with them or figure out like what their deal is.
No tours.
Yeah. But as far as like their nature and all that, I think there's some theories. Mostly it's just rumors of a couple of things. Like one is that they're a group of vampires that all live in this house and thus explaining their kind of like perpetuity, being able to like having existed for so long.
If never leaving your home brought about rumors of being a vampire, I am 100% a vampire in real life.
Right.
You mean you're not?
See?
There are other theories that they are sort of like a collection of spirits, of possessing spirits themselves, that have just possessed many different forms over the years. Those are the two like prevailing rumors as to what they are.
Fun!
Great fun.
How do we fight a foe where we don't know the numbers?
From the
Well,
shadows.
and it is a beautiful house. And I know Lord Skurlock would be quite devastated to lose any number of their curios and books and information, but seems like the only way to really do it is to destroy their home base.
Well, if they are spirits and vampires, I would just need to tune the electroplasmic field to just destroy the corporal body, no?
I'll
Yes.
also give you this for free because Glass has been there and you've seen like the
3
actual
times now.
layout. Yeah, you've seen the layout of their home and kind of gotten a vibe for things there. So there is a lightning barrier that surrounds the property. That would prevent spirits from entering or exiting. Based on the fact that there is no like the Six Towers is not the most like developed area. There's no like surround like most of the surrounding area doesn't have any um like power lines or anything like that.
Mhm.
So they likely have a private generator on the property that is powering the barrier. You also sense while you are there that there are protections and things on the property itself, as well as spirits that are contained within the home, like bound in service.
I imagine if we can, we're going to want to do this as quietly as possible. So the blue coats aren't storming the place, the iron coats also. I think if we find a way to negate some of their protections, just enough to get in. Once we're in, we can handle it however we see fit. But if we can try to do it quietly, they've got to have their own power source, some kind of generator, I assume, because they do have a personal lightning barrier for their residents. There's also most likely all kinds of charms or runes.
I think that's why they don't leave the house. They've effectively trapped themselves in with all their barriers and protections.
Well, you touch on a point I was going to make. We just have to get in. And then once we're in, if we tear it down from the inside, they're loath to leave the property anyway. If we could trap them inside, they're sitting ducks. And we wouldn't have a bunch of terrified women running all over the city. Which is not good for our heat, I can tell you that.
Nose starts to bleed. Why are you referencing the mechanics again?
Once
'Cause I like to
again,
make you
heat is an
squirm.
actual thing that we actually deal with. Like, heat is a term that we use in our profession. I don't understand why this is such a difficulty for you.
He doesn't like the meta, it confuses him.
It's hard to separate where Fume begins and RJ ends.
The object permanence is bad as it is.
Let's do some planning. Dimmer Sisters are on our list.
They're on the list. Can't argue with that.
We're gonna end here for the night, but I will one thing else to think about while you are planning for this is that with the checkpoints in effect currently, while you are prepping for this job, is that everybody's load is reduced by 2.
Oh. ¿Por qué?
Hmm.
For why?
Because
Checkpoints.
that is my narrative
Oh,
or my
the
mechanical
checkpoints.
justification for the checkpoints is that you're
The
able to
word
get some stuff.
checkpoints slapped against my brain and slid right off.
No, it's
Said,
okay.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the essentially to avoid having everyone roll to see what you can sneak past and yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff. I'm just generally saying checkpoints in effect. Any jobs that y'all are trying to conduct that are past the
makes a lot of
checkpoints,
Okay.
your load is reduced by 2.
What if I'm a ghost?
Well, do you have a load as a ghost?
That's a good question. I mean, it's on my character sheet.
I guess that's
so,
true.
Ghost load.
What are you bringing with you? I mean, I guess
Flock
technically
of Grackle is a ghost horse.
And 18 guns.
I guess
18
technically
does.
speaking, you wouldn't, but as a ghost, Grackle's gonna encounter other challenges on this job anyway. So
Yeah, like rolling above a 3.
Look at me, yeah. look at me, like, establish what a dog shit ghost I am, and then say, yeah, let's fight the Dimmer Sisters.
Yeah,
let's
do it.
fight the
I'm ready.
people that specifically trade in
It's
in ghosts.
it's
Who
got
catch and
big-
sell ghosts.
it's got really big like isekai pro tag energy, and I kind of love it.
Grackle just needs to yell really loud to power up.
Have you tried kicking?
I half wanted somebody to, like, push back against this plan a little bit and be all like, hey, Grackle, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Oh, of course it's not
Just
a
so
good
that
idea.
I could tag my obsessive gloom and be all like, no, I have to do it. They're on the list.
Yeah, I thought about pushing back, but at this point, Glass is just like, I'm not gonna get anywhere. They're on the list.
I mean, afterwards,
She's gonna
I was
do
like,
it.
Afterwards, I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. These guys are on board for everything.
Like, here's the thing. Eventually, she's gonna do this with or without us, so we might as well all get something out of it and make sure she doesn't go to pieces.
Yeah.
I'd rather you do the drugs in the house.
Exactly.
Rather you get revenge in the house where we can see you.
We have vengeance at home.
All right, y'all.
That's what I've named the latest cat I've adopted. This is
Let's
Vengeance.
go ahead and do our advancement for this session.
It's
I gotta
time.
tell you guys, because I had an advancement last time. I've officially taken all of the moves out of my own playbook.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Wow.
I have
Congrats.
all of them. The only thing that's
Honestly,
not
I'm
marked
surprised
as
you took-
veteran, and I have a couple of veteran abilities too.
It's
Yeah,
time to become a ghost, so you have a hard reset.
And to become a ghost, I've got so many abilities.
Yeah, I've got to really push us towards the end game of this, just because we're running out of breathing room. with,
Yup.
Unless we
y'all's
start changing
abilities,
playbooks,
so-
yeah,
Yeah.
or do more of the changing of playbooks.
I mean, you can grab moves from other playbooks at this point.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with this system, and I love it about it is that, like, there's not like a huge incentive to change playbooks because you can just take moves from other playbooks and kind of build things out as you want.
Yeah, I mean, the
Um,
problem you run into is that we're getting to the point where a lot of the moves that I would take from other playbooks have already been taken
Yeah,
by other
we're
people.
just running out of, yeah, like I said, I think 40 sessions we're running out of breathing room with the
I
with
can
the
only
system
take my
itself.
secondary hull one more time.
Yeah, so I definitely think that which again, I mean,
just
40
need to-
something sessions, pretty good, like legs for any TTRPG.
Yeah, this was the first time I was like, I don't actually know what I want to take.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll just
So-
take my last whisper ability.
I think for that reason, we will probably start pushing that direction, or I will start narratively pushing that direction.
Plus the other two I have from Bound to the Demons. My sheet is just a mess of abilities, which is
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun.
it's fun. That's why I love this system. So yeah, let's do advancement. So desperate action rolls. I know we had a couple of those,
All of them
mostly
were
Grackle.
Grackles.
I think those were all wings.
Those are all
Like
wings today.
3 desperate actions.
It was
Oh,
two.
we didn't mention to the chat too during the break. We also discovered that Grackle should have an extra point in Attune.
And should have had it the entire time.
But it's so
It's
Grackle
better.
coded that she like didn't recognize that and was just stubbornly trying to push through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's very Grackle.
Yeah.
It was always within her.
mhm.
Playbook specific XP triggers. I leave it to y'all to adjudicate those, but I'm assuming you mostly did. Express for your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. And
I'm giving
uh,
myself a EXP for suppressing or ignoring your former human beliefs, drives, and heritage.
oh yeah, for not
Yeah.
blowing up the.
Well, Hull Fume was like, yeah, mass murder. Regular Fume was like, no, that's not my thing. Accident, yes.
And then struggle with the issues from your vice or traumas as well.
Well, it's the new one now.
Oh yeah,
It's the
yeah, that's right.
invoking.
Yeah, invoked your and it struggled with your vice or invoked your trauma. All right, that's PC advancement. Van, do you want to do career advancement?
Yep, we didn't Okay, so successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
Not today.
Technically, we talked about doing some sabotage, but oh, and the sheet just closed. Come back. There we go. Contend with challenges above your current station.
I don't know if y'all did anything in that regard.
Not above.
today. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, not today.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
I mean, we did kind of talk about that of, very brutally ruining someone's life.
Yeah, we
and
did.
then-
Brutally loyal.
We were
Brutally
really
loyal.
brutal. That combination
whole-
is so deadly.
Yeah,
So
y'all,
deadly for other people.
You only have to do one or the other. You don't have to do both. But y'all insist on doing both.
We picked them for a specific reason. Goals, drives, inner conflict, essential nature of the crew.
Yep.
We were in
It's
the
on the
Unity
list.
Den twice today.
We did Unity Den twice, and then we did not question taking out one of the biggest establishments in the city because it's on the list.
It's on the list.
Doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
on the list.
That's our list now.
Yeah.
I've put up a chalkboard in the kitchen and it's got the list on it. So everyone can see.
a little sticky note on the fridge to do.
Oh, no, wait, I'll put a big whiteboard in there like they used to at the restaurant I used to work at, and then I'll cross it out and I write 86 next to everyone we've killed.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Now I want to create a
Let's do
character that's
our-
just like a murdering chef that like 86 is their victims.
I love that, actually. That's so fun.
Dimmer Sisters 86.
Chat, you can have that character idea.
All yours.
You can use that. I know y'all. I know some of y'all need some weird NPCs or something.
Let's do our stars and wishes, y'all.
Hell yeah. Ooh.
I took that hell yeah as you want to go first.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, everybody, it's me, RJ. I'm going to give... Oh, God. I will give a split star to Van and Danae for the Grackle glass scene of Glass trying to heal Grackle and just like, girl, you got a lot of problems you're dealing with right now. How about don't? I'm paraphrasing.
No, that's exactly what I said.
That's how I remember it.
Girl. My wish. Y'all, I want to blow up something.
We'll get
In
you
the
something to
game.
blow up.
In the game. In the game. In the game. In the game.
Thank
in
you
the
for
game. In the
specifying.
game.
Get ready.
In Minecraft.
Oh no, we don't want to blow up the Baron's Manor because I imagine we eventually want to live there.
Dimmer's
We
is
don't.
Manor.
In
It's
the
only
in
way
the
to know
Lord
for sure.
Governor's stronghold.
Yeah.
No, but seriously,
Once we have installed our people
Yeah.
in every other
I love it.
institution,
If the
we're
end
not
of
going to
this
blow it up. We're
game-
going to take it over.
If the end of this game is you get the Baron fired and then
Replace
reset- and then replace it, put him back in position, but now he owes you, it would be the perfect ending.
That really would
That we
be.
own the Baron.
Get him fired, replace him, and then make him work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know that.
and he is
Grackle
totally
could
unaware of
stomach
the
it.
entire thing.
So good.
That'd
So-
be really funny.
Above the table, if I take 3 trauma, I think I could destroy a part of the city.
Let's.
Is that your wish?
Okay, we'll put that one on the list.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
let's-
3 trauma and blow up a part of the city.
It's not. It's not high up on the list, but it is on the list. Now,
It's
the list that I'm keeping in my mind.
We'll keep that one in our back pocket.
Yeah.
Listen, one day there's gonna be a moment where we all need to run. I'm just gonna go on without me.
You literally have done this before and
You've
blew
all-
up the
Yeah,
entire
I think at
city
least
square.
twice.
3rd time's the charm,
He's
baby.
escal-
Let's
he's
go. Who's
escalating. He's
next?
escalating. Oh man.
Who's next?
Oh, I'm realizing we also did not roll for
Monies.
our money, our gambling done. So I did, and I got a 4, which means we minus
taxes.
our taxes, aka heat, which is just what, 1?
1.
So we get 3 extra stash, by the way.
Oh, nice.
And I also took a little something on the side, which means at the end of every downtime, I get 2 extra stash.
Oh shit.
Should we stick some of it in the vault?
Please do.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
put
gonna
Y'all,
Put those 3 in there.
when we get extra stuff from the gambling den anymore, I don't think Salome's going to take it because I'm just going to get 2 at the end of every downtime anyway. So
Which is the language that you get to stash or to
yes,
coin?
2 stash, so not coin. So I
Okay.
get 2 stash.
2 stash, which equals 1 coin. Got it.
Correct.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Yeah, so if we put those 4, 8, we've got 14 in the vault.
Damn.
Dope.
Yeah, and we need to also decide if y'all are gonna
We got to become
Have this-
strong.
if you have the
You
stuff.
got
do
to
that.
become strong.
I'm sure you could afford it.
Well, we have
Um,
the patron discount.
So it's half. I have to remind myself.
Uh,
Y'all go ahead and keep doing stars and wishes.
yeah,
and
when
I'll-
you
I'll
advance
look it up.
it only costs half the coin it normally does.
Yeah.
The Skurlock discount. I'll go.
Do it.
Unless RJ had another wish. Just to blow some. We'll get you something to blow up, buddy. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, bud.
Give me the enrichment.
Don't worry. We'll round up some of the rich assholes and put them in the square and let you blow them up
Yeah.
as a show of force.
Duskval space program.
Or that.
Love
Or
it.
that. You could blow up some rockets.
Oh, I was gonna put the rich people in the rockets.
And then, okay. 2 birds, 1 explosion.
Are leviathans like orcas in this world?
No.
No.
That's me. All right, someone else. Come
Do
on.
you guys know why orcas are called killer whales?
Tell me.
They originally were called, this is a language thing, but they originally were called whale killers because they actually kill and eat other whales.
Yo.
They're not actually whales, they are technically dolphins, but they were called whale killers for a long time, and then in the, like, parlance of language changing and everything, it got switched. So now they're killer whales.
Wow.
That sucks. I like whale killers.
They were whale
better.
killers.
Whale.
You guys want to know where I learned that?
Where?
Nancy Drew, Danger on Deception Island. There's an entire whale museum in that game,
Hell
and I learned a lot
yeah.
about whales.
Hell yeah. I'm scared of their teeth. They got big teeth.
I also learned
Yeah.
how baleen works.
All right, let's move
Sorry.
this train along because we're already over time.
Just wanted to talk about whale killers. They are the whale killers. My star is. I don't know why my instinct was. I'm gonna give a star to Derek. It's for doing a good job, but he's not a real person.
Derek's played by a real person.
He is played by a real person. I mean, I love it every time Derek shows up, and he's doing a great job. Yeah, my star is gonna go to Grackle, for continuing to talk over Lord Skurlock because she can't see him. It's such a funny bit.
That's such a
The-
cool
the whole-
concept. That Grackle can't see him because she a ghost.
Because she's a ghost. Usually it'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a fun. It's like
Yeah.
a reversal of trope, which I really like. And I liked the answer you had to it. Wings thought it was great. Yeah. My wish is I don't know. I'd want to do. I'm gonna do some real fucked up shit in the Dimmer Sisters' house.
Yeah.
Just get ready. It's gonna get weird in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm gonna. Sorry, I feel like I'm jumping in.
No, you're good.
You've starred. You've wished.
I'm done.
Do it.
The floor is yours.
Okay. I'm gonna star RJ for when he was fucking up the foundry. It was so so smooth. The like, oh, just a little bit of this here, a little bit of this over here, gonna unplug this and plug it back into that, and it's like, ooh, that's gonna be a problem. And like I can just see that montage in my mind's eye. It's like one unbroken shot, just like panning across of him fucking things up. And like that was just a delicious little tidbit of Fume that we got to see today. So
The
that's my
fight
star.
scene from Old Boy, but it's Fume fucking up machinery.
Yeah, exactly. And like, just like in just enough to fuck everything up, but not enough to cause like, life-threatening damage. Like, beautiful. Masterful. Love to see it. So there's that. My wish, I want to possess a Dimmer sister.
Like a Pokemon,
I just want to see what it's like.
or
Yeah.
I want to see what it's like in there.
I love that.
Check the water pressure, make sure all the lights work,
It would be so stupid for Grackle to fail at every turn and then like shoot for the moon and then like hit a bullseye.
Get it?
Yeah.
oh,
Did
but
somebody
then-
say meatloaf?
Did somebody say meatloaf?
I want to try to possess a dimmer sister or die trying.
No. I'm gonna no but that last one if I can.
Die trying.
Maybe don't die so soon again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let us get you back in your body for. Listen, we worked really hard on the body, okay?
Yeah.
If you're gonna die, I want you to die in it.
Yes.
I did think like immediately like after we've like set our sights on the dimmer sisters. I was like, ooh, it'd be so cool to show up as a vampire and light up the place. But no, it's cool. It's a great like last hurrah for Ghost Grackle is
Hell yeah.
take out the ghost villains, the villains for ghosts.
Yeah.
Hell yes. All about it.
Yeah. So that's me.
I'll be easy. My star is also just gonna go to RJ for just utter mayhem, but very controlled mayhem, as Wings was saying. Yeah, like you went in, you caused a ruckus, but in a constructive way. And yeah, I think both I and Salome appreciated that. That was
Do you know what scene it reminds me of? And this is a deep cut. Jim Carrey is the Grinch fucking up the mail.
yes.
It's a deep cut, and I can see that so clearly in my head.
yes. That is visceral. I love it. Amazing.
Well, that's gonna be a problem later. Is something I have muttered at work.
Oh,
God, I
And
can
my-
see his face in my mind.
yeah, like really specifically. And my wish is, I think, just gonna be the most terrifyingly quiet takeover of this institution. I think this will be the most horrifying thing that we do, if done right.
We should not do the Dimmer Sisters because this is Val's opportunity to drop us back into the darkest fucking house.
Oh no! What have we
done? Don't you put it in their head now!
Wait, that's actually
No!
sick.
That's actually a
That's
genius
actually
idea.
really
Hold
sick, and
on.
we should do it.
Hold on, I gotta change everything.
Oh my
Have
god.
to-
Oh
Alright,
my
everyone, new
god.
character sheets.
We have to get a perfect setup roll. If our setup roll is nothing less than perfect.
We have to go into the darkest house.
Gotta go through the darkest house first.
But is it? Yeah, we're going in the darkest house as our characters.
Yeah.
Like we fuck
Oh,
up, and one
God.
of their protections sucks us into another.
Oh my
Another
Their,
god.
their
house.
place is
And we have to
just
get
the
out.
darkest house.
Yeah, either that or yeah, like they know the only safe places of their home.
That would be good.
Hmm.
All right.
It was science.
Perfect
was
opportunity for
here.
some of us to roll up new playbooks. Do we just keep playing this game forever?
Endeavor.
I'm not a monster made of paint.
I still think about that sometimes.
I think
Yeah.
about it quite a bit, actually.
It
Probably,
made me really sad.
It's one of the more fun ways I've gotten to die in a game.
That haunts me.
Well, I'm glad to know that one of you would be horrified if I turned into a paint monster. Thank you for the support.
Oh.
You mean
Yeah.
you aren't one already?
Shh.
Listen, people have lied to me about being vampires and paint monsters. What else have you been lying to me about?
I never lied about being a paint monster. You never asked me if I was a paint monster.
I have some questions after game.
All right. Is that
It's the
is that
first one to
it?
argue.
Is that
I
a
think
paint
that's it.
monster.
Shut up.
Oh, we've been done for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Chat, we're just hanging out now.
Hey, chat.
Where did
I'm
I
hungry.
had the quote stuff?
I'm hungry.
Oh, it's gone now.
No, I want to eat
I would like
dinner.
to. I would like to give the quote to chat for "Oh, you found Mountain Don't."
Okay.
I feel like
Yes.
quote win. Yeah, I feel like chat wins the quote.
All right. Well, we'll give it to G. For
What do you get?
Gee, you get XP.
You want
get
some
XP?
XP?
You also get
Okay.
to live eternally in our quotes doc for Hearts of Stone.
Yeah, you get to live in our
Yeah.
Google Doc forever
Can either put it
until the
towards
singularity.
towards like your playbook XP, or you can put it towards one of your 3
Yeah,
stats.
what stat do you want me to put it in?
Yeah.
Do you want it in resolve?
Let me remember how to give people
want it
XP.
in
G
insight?
wants it in bows.
We're gonna end it there.
Yeah, 'cause
Thanks
we'll just
everyone for
sit here.
watching. We're way over time, so thank you everyone out there for watching. We will be back next Saturday to continue our game. In the meantime, join us on Monday for the next installment of Red Jenny. We're playing the Dragon Age TTRPG.
That's where Venom lives, not in this game.
That's where Venom lives. But yeah, that's it. I want to thank my lovely players as usual for making this game a joy to run, and I want to thank everyone out there for watching. We will see you next time, and until then, good game and good night, internet.
Oh, my elbow cracked.
That was
No!
so